Urge. Tri-State, northbound, past Lake Cook, there's a vehicle fire. 4 right lanes are blocked. The other tollways are okay right now. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center, here's meteorologist Steve Williams.
Colder, plenty of sun today, high 39. It'll be clear tonight, low 24. Sunny day tomorrow, high 44. Clouds on Wednesday with a high 44. Rain Thursday, high 45. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
33 at O'Hare, 35 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Secure Retirement Radio with host Raj Shah. Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Every play clear the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up a fight with a might so fearlessly.
Right now, go.
We'll never forget the way you thrilled the nation with your T formation. Bear down, Chicago Bears. And let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois.
Wow.
Chicago Bears, bear down. Bum, 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 bum.
Nice.
Second verse, same as the first.
Bruce Wolf. Do you even need an introduction after that? Good morning. Amy Jacobson here, being blessed to be in the presence of Bruce Wolf.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? What time
Good.
did you get here? 2 a.m. or
Yeah.
possibly on Friday at 5?
Well, I was on such a high after the Bear victory. I just flew.
You just flew
Right-
here? You
right
couldn't believe
here.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, first time we ended an 8-year playoff drought by clinching the NFC North title?
What does that mean, the NFC North?
It's the conference that we're in. Green Bay would be in that conference.
Who else
Minnesota
would be-
in that conference.
Who else would be it? I don't like that they use this music for baseball as well. This to me just should be football.
Oh, I didn't know
Do you ever notice when there's an injury, they play this a little piano version, soft piano version?
Oh, did they
Where they're-
really? They take it down a notch?
Because the guy's head has been exploded on the field.
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, because Mac, who is an awesome defensive player, I'm into offensive and defensive linemen now because my son plays offense and defensive linemen.
Khalil Mack, good old number 52.
But he even
You think of the
tackled-
great number
He
52.
even tackled Aaron Rodgers with his back. Like he just fell into him and boom goes the dynamite. There, down he went. But the big story is that after the game, there was love in the air. Right. Oh, yeah.
We got
Somebody took a knee and somebody got out a rock. I do believe from Tiffany's because the box was blue.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Good old number 72.
Well, you love to be Charles. I mean, Jennifer Marie Leno Jr. Will you? You accept? You accept? I love you, baby.
Wait, she's going to be Jennifer Marie Leno Jr.? Okay.
Jennifer Marie Charles Leno Jr. So it was so cute. They put it on the Jumbotron. Everybody got involved. The group of players that were next to him kneeling down praying because they do that after the game.
Right.
They kept praying while he was proposing.
Well,
I was
they should
thinking,
pray for him.
Are they praying? I hope this one works out. I really hope this is it.
Marriage is so quaint. I didn't know football players got married.
Oh, yeah, they do. And, because all the players are so young, but he is he had a false start at the beginning of the game because he was nervous.
Well, marriages always do have a false start, but then you learn and you grow together.
Right, but he knew that he was going to be proposing after the game. He said even if he lost, that he was going to propose, which I don't believe him, but he just knew that they were going to win.
It was coming soon, but once I found out we could clean this week, I was like, I had to speed things up. I had to speed up the process. So I kind of planned it early this week.
Did you get a chance to talk to her dad first?
Yeah, I
Okay,
did all that. Don't worry.
I
I made sure I took the proper procedures.
You did protocol.
Yeah, I did that.
Is that Jim Rose?
Yeah.
Jim Rose goes out on assignments?
He does now.
Oh, because the Bears won.
I didn't know how that thing was going to plan out, but I scratched that after that play, and I moved on.
How do you feel?
What? Who had the ring? I had it in my sock. was in your soccer. I'm kidding. I can't say that. It was in a very safe place.
I think a good guess might be Tony Meadows.
No.
You're not going to say.
No, I'm not going to say.
You guys had a lot of belief. What if you didn't win?
What if we didn't win?
Were you going to propose?
Still going to do it.
You were.
But I just had a feeling. I knew the way we prepared this week. I knew the way our team was ready, and I just had a feeling.
Oh.
Well, the offensive line did a pretty good job. They established the running game, of course, for Jordan Howard, which is good because, the Packers,
Yes.
as you well know, having watched watching the game itself and game
No,
film.
I see here.
the Packers
Unlike
dropped-
other radio hosts, I don't lie. I was on a plane when that game was going on, and I tried to get it on my NFL app, and I couldn't watch the game.
You didn't watch the game?
I watched the highlights of him proposing. That was the big thing when I got at O'Hare. They had highlights.
What about the fact that the Packers were dropping like 6 guys in coverage, and Mitch Trubisky, they challenged Mitch Trubisky, who, by the way, is the quarterback of the
No, I
Chicago
know
Bears.
that. Thank you. He's off of injured reserve. Right?
Not really injured reserve, but close enough. Okay,
The
so
backup from
and
Mizzou was out there the past few weeks for him.
Yeah, Chase
Daniel, Mizzou
yeah.
person.
Okay, so they got the 6 guys in coverage. They're challenging Trubisky to throw, and he hits Trey Burton in the end zone. Now, he doesn't do that all the time because they're challenging Mitch to beat him with the pass. And that was a good sign because he was
Were
a little
we ever
rusty
at one
against
point
the
in
Rams.
time down in the game? Were we ever losing?
I don't think so. I don't think
Okay.
the Bears were ever. They were actually, winning pretty big.
And
in
what about
game.
that Packer fan who wanted to wear his Packers
Sure.
gear? And
Why
they,
do you always cover all the ancillary things like the
Well, 'cause
wedding?
that's
This
the-
is the first division title since the Affordable Care Act was passed.
Bears, Super Bowl, Super Bears? Is that what you're saying? Bears? Dicka?
The Bears.
Sausage, Polish sausage, hard dick.
I predicted they will go 8-8 every year, and in the aggregate, I'm right. When you look over the span of the generations.
Yeah.
But nobody expected them to be this good this year. Nobody did. As a matter of fact, Matt Nagy,
Who's the head coach, by the way?
the head coach who mispronounces his own name because it's spelled Nagy, but he pronounces it Nagy.
Uh-huh.
So he had said last year when he was hired as the coach, don't expect us to get into the playoffs. And he was taken to task for that because you're supposed to say we're going to be in the playoffs.
I hate when
and he didn't
coaches
say
do that.
But he did say that during training camp he realized the Bears were playoff bound.
Because they're
And
a
it didn't
young
help-
team.
it
Don't
di-
they don't have anybody over 32.
Well, usually they have to kill players after they're 30. So
They're the second youngest or third youngest roster in the NFL.
Really? Do they have anybody over 35 on the team?
Well,
Outside of
35
Chase
is real
Daniel?
old. Nobody in the NFL is over 35 except for Tom Brady.
Except for
and,
kickers.
And Lou Groza is still kicking
The
in
toe.
the NFL.
Good.
He's 100.
Vinatieri
He kicks
from
the old way,
Indianapolis.
the old style way.
Which is what?
Yeah.
What's
Well,
the
not
old style?
soccer style. You
Oh.
kick straight ahead, and you also play guard or tackle. You don't just kick, because kicking is for sissies.
Yeah. Sissies.
Bears 31 to -7.
Yeah, really. -7.
Gosh, Dick, I'll find a way.
Bears. The Bears.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. Lots of people would have told you to abort that baby. You didn't do that. I know that was hard. I want you to know that no matter what, I know that you always did the best you knew how to do, and look how it turned out. Those are the touching words Oprah Winfrey used to say goodbye to her mother who passed away on Thanksgiving Day this year. Look how it turned out indeed. Vernita Lee's daughter is now a billionaire, instantly identified the world over by the mere utterance of her first name. Oprah may not preach what her mom practiced, but thankfully more Americans are choosing Vernita Lee's example over her daughter's. In the last decade, abortions in the United States have declined 25%, according to the CDC. Even as secular humanism has poisoned so many American institutions, sacred and civic, prayer warriors, Planned Parenthood defectors, and the pregnancy centers who tend to families in crisis are winning hearts and minds. As we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, we should also celebrate that the culture of life is beating back cultural Marxism.
Do your gums bleed? Have you been told that you have gum disease? Are you missing teeth? The doctors at Perio Care can help. This is Dr. Russell Sakala, and I am a periodontist. I specialize in the treatment of gum disease to save teeth and dental implants to replace missing teeth. Did you know that gum disease has been linked to a variety of other health problems, including heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and increases the risk of premature birth? The good news is the doctors at PerioCare are specialists in the area of treating gum disease and the placement of dental implants. We treat the whole patient and use the most contemporary treatment options that best fit your condition. Our primary goal is to restore your dental health and replace missing teeth to maintain your general health. I'm a veteran and I support veterans. PerioCare offers a discount for those who have served. PerioCare, where a healthy smile means a healthy body. For a consultation, call 773-631-0344 or visit us at periocare.com.
Famous Winston Churchill quotes, presented by Automated Systems.
Winston Churchill said, "You don't make the poor richer by making the rich poorer." This is truly a foundation of conservative thought today.
It's important we support companies that share our conservative values. If you are a manufacturer, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. As a software and systems integration company, Automated Systems creates custom solutions to make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. It doesn't matter if you're a Fortune 500 or a startup, Automated Systems delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you, man, to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit automatedsys.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. Stay warm this winter. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for winter storms and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who knows the words to this
Good
song?
God, y'all.
Besides
We are
this
the
girl.
Bears, the Shuffling
Wait, we gotta
Crew.
wait for it to start. Okay,
Oh.
wait. Ready? Here we go. We are the
Bears, the Shuffling Crew.
Shuffling on down.
Doing it for you.
We
Look
ain't
down
back
here
'cause
and
you know
looking for
we're good.
trouble. We're
No.
all here to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Just
Oh, I'm sorry.
struck for fun. Struck nice stuff for everyone. We didn't come here looking
For trouble. We just
do the Super Bowl shuffle.
It's
All right.
Gary here. I'm a
Oh,
white boy who's awkward. Okay.
I'm from Barrington. and
Yes.
I went to Yale.
Yes.
And
And I
is
played
the
for
song
13
over?
years.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 312-642-5600. Lines are always open here at AM 560. The Answer. Let's go to Robert, who has a funny ha-ha for us. Good morning, Robert. How are you?
I'm always good. Always good. You wake up, it's a good day. If you don't, everyone else has to.
You'll never know because you don't wake up. What's your joke?
Well, no, I just thought I'd send you off with a nice, fun Monday morning. The parents are in cleaning up their teenage kids' bedroom, and mom's vacuuming, pulls out an S&M magazine.
Oh.
And the mom looks at the father. She goes, "What are we going to do?" And he goes, "Well, we can't spank them."
Oh, hey-oh.
You could have opened for Mrs. Maisel, I think.
Okay.
You watch that show?
No.
Have a good one, kids.
Thanks, Robert. We were having so much fun. And you had to bring up S&M. I mean,
I usually like that
don't
in the
understand.
6 o'clock hour. 5 is a little too
I'm
early.
more of an
for
8
me.
o'clock hour person
Oh,
for that.
Yeah.
Chris joins us from Aurora. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Bruce Wolf. Good morning, and Amy.
Good morning, Chris.
Bruce, I have a question. Can you comment on the legality of what this Packers guy did as far as what he was wanting to wear on the Bears sideline?
Sure.
And if his First Amendment rights were in violation because they
right.
told him he couldn't do it. I just
Right.
want to know what your thoughts were, and I hope you guys have a great
Well,
day.
it
I'll
depends.
hang up and listen.
Of course, it depends on the uniform number that he wanted to wear.
No, but that's
on the
I
back.
don't understand it because I didn't know that there was a dress code at Soldier Field. I used to be a ticket holder, and I never got the memo that said I had to wear Bears
Well, of course,
clothes.
the sidelines
or
are to be
sidelines are
distinguished from the mezzanine and
from the nosebleed
or
seats
from
where
the
I
columns.
was.
The higher up you go,
Yeah.
it's inversely proportional. The higher up you go, the more antagonistic the jersey can be. So you can actually have a swastika on if you're sitting on one of the columns.
Bruce.
Oh, well, no. Well, we just had an SMM.
Okay.
Joke. Yeah.
Okay. Well, better
All right.
you
No,
than me.
but down on the field, for example, if you were actually on the field itself, let's say he had walked onto the gridiron and not just the sidelines, it would not be appropriate for him to wear a Packer uniform and stand in the Bears huddle. I can tell you that much, just from with all my legal acumen. So. Yes, there's no First Amendment right to wear something. It's a private entity.
Well, that's the thing, but they were just
although the public
disputing
did pay for Soldier Field.
if it was a public or private
Mm-hmm.
group, if you go to Soldier Field. But if I think it's private if you're on the sideline or have those
on
seats.
the sidelines. It depends if you're between the 20s and you're standing
No,
there.
you're just making that up.
It was a special pregame event
Okay.
that the Bears had set up, in which they have set aside specific rules that say only Bears fans, only Bears gear for this sideline event. The gentleman had argued that it was a public event. All of those events are public because of the Park District owning or ownership of Soldier Field. So the gentleman tried to get a judge to issue a temporary restraining order.
Yeah, no, he
a
and he
TRO,
lost,
if
and he
you
lost.
will,
So what did
and
he wear
lost.
yesterday to the game?
He said he was going to wear something spectacular. I have no idea. I never saw a picture of him.
Well, who's got the dough or the time
Right.
to deal with such
Hello, have
etheria?
you seen pictures of this dude?
He's really weird.
Well, he's not working out. That's all I can tell you.
He's not working out.
Is that rude?
Lot of
Too soon?
cheese.
Well, then he's wearing a lot of like New Orleans Mardi Gras beads,
Yeah, which you see.
which covers up the neck waddle, so we really don't know what's going on.
So, and how did he get those beads? Somebody on a float in New Orleans said, "Don't show us anything," and threw him the beads.
That's very
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Bruce, thank
Yes.
you, Mike. Scott,
Yes.
appreciate that.
Mike
Well,
for actually shedding real light
Real-
on the situation.
He actually-
me, the lawyer, not him, because I don't really deal in constitutional matters like that, and I want to make a buck. Okay, thank you.
Our annual Food for the Poor campaign still going strong. Do you know, Bruce, that we are trying to feed 3,000 kids food for a year and clean water for life, 3,000 kids in Haiti. And the best thing that you can do is if you are a business owner, you can become a business benefactor. Places like Anderson Pumps, Grace Lutheran Church in Streamwood. We have Joseph and Sons, Mechanical Inc., Kevin, I'm going to butcher that name, Kevin Dowdry. Can you help me out? Words are hard.
Line, what number?
Second one.
I see Matthew Hickey Law of Chicago.
There you go.
He follows me on Twitter.
Well,
and I follow
you know
him
what?
too.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Anderson Concrete Pumping, Grace Lutheran Church in Streamwood that I mentioned, and the list goes on and on. But you're going to want to become a business benefactor because what it means is a one-time donation of $2,500. All of the money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40 60-second commercials that air right here to become a business benefactor. Call Ann Jeanette directly at, do you have the number in front of you, Bruce?
I have the telephone number. Is this the one, Amy? 844-862?
No.
No. Okay.
That's-
all right. 591-ROCK, 591-ROLL. We'll get it down by 6 o'clock.
Ann Jeanette, 847-472.
8951.
That's 847-472.
8951. One ringy dingy, two ringy. Or you can visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food. Or you can text the word biz, B-I-Z, to 64636. That's what you can do.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, President Trump has a new chief of staff, but questions about Mick Mulvaney's loyalty are now front and center. And later, Bruce is going to tell us about Grandma Sutra.
Yes. That's
Oh.
on my mother's side.
Sure.
Yes.
But first, let's go into the newsroom. Say hello once again to Mike Scott.
At 5:30 this morning, it's 33 in Chicago, and we're watching a developing story this morning in Africa where the military is confirming that 6 airstrikes over the weekend killed 62 militants in Somalia. U.S. was backed along with others and included Africa Command aircraft who carried out the strikes in the East African nation, supporting the UN-backed government there. American military officials say 37 militants were killed last month in similar strikes. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says the president, at least in his mind, won't get the money for his border wall when Congress approves a budget.
President Trump should understand there are not the votes for the wall in the House or the Senate. He is not going to get the wall in any form.
Schumer arguing the minority position yesterday on NBC's Meet the Press. Senator John Barrasso argues the majority opinion, urging lawmakers to avoid a government shutdown.
I would certainly hope not. I'm working to the effect of keeping the government open. I think that's what the American people expect of the people that they elect.
On CBS's Face the Nation, the Wyoming Republican, who's the incoming chair of the Senate Republican Conference, says the House and Senate will work up a proposal to get passed by Friday. More teenagers are vaping, while alcohol and opioid use continue to decline. It's an annual survey titled Monitoring the Future, finding 1 in 3 high school sophomores and more than 1 in 3 seniors say they vaped in the last year. One lane is blocked on the outbound Kennedy this morning. Crews dealing with a serious semi-tractor trailer crash near the Foster Avenue entrance ramp. 2 branches of the biggest order of Catholic priests are expected to release the names of priests accused of sexually abusing minors today. The Midwest and Maryland branches of Jesuits are expected to release the names going back more than 60 years. One of those priests is Donald J. O'Shaughnessy, who's accused of repeatedly raping a boy at a private Catholic school in Chicago's suburbs. Palatine-Schaumburg High School District 211 Superintendent Dan Cates has emailed parents and posted the same message on the district's website, providing new guidance on what to do and information that will be made available in the event of a teacher's strike on Tuesday. With the possibility that all of the district's high schools shutting down, Cates is advising students to bring home any materials needed for classes and final exams until a resolution in the stalled contract negotiations is announced. Negotiations and exchanges between the district and teachers union continued through the weekend and are expected to resume today. Stanford University and hot water this morning are having to apologize for a whiteboard illustration that mocked the University of Nebraska and its fans. Photo of the drawing depicting the Stanford tree making crude gestures and pointing a gun at Nebraska fans and the mascot Herbie Husker was later removed from Twitter by the university. Stanford did defeat Nebraska Saturday in the NCAA Volleyball Championships at Target Center in Minneapolis. Bears winners of the NFC North with a victory over the Packers yesterday at Soldier Field. Your final 24-17. Bears improved to 10-4. However, safety Eddie Jackson will undergo testing on a sprained right ankle after the win. Blackhawk goalie Corey Crawford dealing with another concussion. It was a pretty violent shot to the head that he took last night in the Sharks' 7-3 win over the Blackhawks at the UC. 5:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher sees dark clouds on the horizon with Democrat control of the House.
I want to prepare you for this. They don't have the votes in the Senate to convict him. He's never going to be removed from office. But we absolutely are going to be faced with the very ugly prospect of Democrats coming at him in the House and impeaching him. It's coming. It's just coming. I know it.
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Dashing through the snow to CVS we go. They're open all day long for beauty brands and bows. Lights to dress the tree and stocking gifts galore. Candy, cards, and photo gifts and deals throughout the store. At CVS Pharmacy, we've got all the little things you need this holiday. Plus, select CVS Pharmacy stores now offer extended hours. This week, Hershey's Kisses are 2 for $6 and holiday photo cards are 30% off online. Dash to CVS Pharmacy today. Restrictions apply. See cvs.com/weekly ad for details.
Hey, Dad. I wanted to remind you that the holidays are close. Real close.
And Mom and I don't need wool socks again. At Hellsberg, you can get jewelry for Mom and get a free Nintendo Switch system for me. 2 gifts in one trip. I'm not saying you're a last-minute shopper, but I'm not saying that either.
Get gifts that get gifts at Hellsberg Diamonds, like a free Nintendo Switch system when you spend $1,199 or more. Hellsberg Diamonds, a Berkshire Hathaway company. Limited time offer while supplies last. See online or in-store for details. Game sold separately.
If you did not purchase health insurance coverage during the 2017 open enrollment, I can help you purchase a PPO health insurance plan at any time during the year. This is Tom Marabali, your health insurance advocate and independent producer for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois and other health insurance carriers. If you are between the ages of 19 and 64, you are automatically paying for maternity coverage whether you want the coverage or not. If you are a non-smoking 50-year-old male or female living in the city of Chicago, the monthly premium rate for a 100% tax-deductible health savings account PPO plan would be $590 per month. But I can show you how to eliminate the mandatory maternity benefit and lower your monthly premiums down to approximately $240 per month. To see if you qualify or for more information, call me, Tom Marabali, at 630-863-3477. That's 630-863-3477.
Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
5:37 and a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Tri-State Tollway northbound. Traffic is stop and go from Lake Cook to before Deerfield Road. 2 right lanes are closed to clean up an earlier truck fire. The outbound Edens has delays from Toohey to Oakton with a crash. Injuries reported. Looking at about a 5-minute delay starting at Toohey. Outbound Kennedy, it's heavy Lawrence to Foster. The right lane is blocked. Crash blocking the exit to Foster. There's a truck hanging over the edge of the embankment there. Stevenson inbound type Pulaski to Kedzie. Just a brief delay. Inbound Ryan, a sluggish Roosevelt to Circle. Also a delay on the inbound Bishop Ford Freeway. Just a little congestion approaching Merge. The other expressways and tollways are looking good right now. No problem. Northwest Indiana, it's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, a colder day ahead. Plenty of sunshine, though. High 39. Will warm up to 43 tomorrow. Currently 33. Next news coming up at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560 The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Papa Nicholas Coffee. Papa Nicholas Coffee, roasted fresh daily in Batavia, Illinois.
Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
All right, so we had some staff shakeups at the White House over the weekend. Of course, the Interior Secretary said goodbye, but we knew that was happening because he had some, questionable spending.
Yeah.
Well, he had questionable spending habits.
Right.
And he would take his wife on trips and sit in first class and, just be fraudulent with our tax dollars,
what happened,
basically.
with the EPA guy, too. Of course, we never talked about that with the Obama administration.
What do you mean?
No, nobody ever made a big deal about, the excesses of the Obama,
Oh, the excessive spending.
Sure.
Fraudulent spending.
Right.
But also we've learned Mick Mulvaney, former congressman from South Carolina, I do believe, and he's also has another position at the White House. But he is now the acting chief of staff for President Trump, which is good. He was on the list. Chris Christie, by the way.
Right.
The big guy,
Sure.
The big guy. The big guy. He decided to turn it down on late Friday afternoon. Apparently he was offered the job, but he said that he had to spend more time with his family. But the thing is...
just the dinner alone, when you consume 12,000 calories, is more time.
I'm so mean.
Do you remember when he hugged Jerry Jones at Texas Stadium?
Yeah.
No, Jerry Jones hugged him.
Yeah.
And it was like the circumference of that hug was as big as the Ring of Honor in Texas Stadium. Cha-cha.
But he turned it down and said, again, that he had to spend more time with his family. But the thing is, his family, they're in college. They're not around, so I don't know what that means. They're empty nesters now.
Right.
So... That was just
you
very...
think Chris Christie would lie to you?
No.
Why? How could Chris Christie be the spokesbeing for somebody?
Well,
He
the
doesn't-
chief of staff.
Or
yeah.
chief of staff's the same thing.
Well, he wants to be attorney general, too, so maybe he's holding... Well, no, he has already gotten an attorney general. I don't know. He wants in somehow. I think he circles the White House every day.
Well, he's got
like,
nothing to
Can
do.
I get in here?
Right.
He has nothing to do, and he wants to work. So
No,
I
I
get that.
get it. I get it.
But Mick Mulvaney, of course, right within 24 hours after they made the announcement that he was acting...
Did they find gay slur tweets
No.
from when he was 15 years old? And he can't win the Heisman now.
No, Kyle Murray, he
Okay.
did not. What they found was him making disparaging comments about President Trump. Well, listen to it. This is during right when the Access Hollywood tape was released. You remember? Wait, you remember the Access Hollywood tape?
How about a little hug for the Donald? He just got off the bus.
Like a little hug, darling? Absolutely. Melania said this was okay.
I just got off the bus.
Bushy.
Here we go.
Mick Mulvaney responding.
That was not the worst part.
Pardon?
That was not the worst part
I
of the
know,
Access
but
Hollywood
we
tape. You
for
can't
some-
play it.
Well, I don't know why we can't play it. I
He
think
said
it's
you can
ridiculous.
grab them and they liked it. And they love
You
it.
can grab by beep, but
Yeah.
do we even have that? I think somebody ixnayed that from the system. Well, when certain people are in charge here, certain things can't get played. But I'm here and I want them.
attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the.
That doesn't even sound like
do
Trump.
anything.
That's him?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's him.
Wasn't it interesting that NBC released that
They
at that
held
time when
it
they
for 10
Yeah, they
years.
held it for a long, long time. And the guy who released it, had it in for Trump. I mean, NBC so is biased, and of course, this dovetails with Trump's tweet of today. I don't want to get us distracted here, but he tweeted yesterday
What?
that we basically should abolish the First Amendment because SNL and Meet the Press and all those NBC shows are against him. So we should get rid of the First Amendment. But be that as it may, that's just a tweet of the hour.
Most people are questioning Mick Mulvaney's loyalties to the president
Yes.
because of something he said after that Bully Bush tape was released.
Do I like Donald Trump? No. Was he a role model for my sons? Absolutely not. Yes, I'm supporting Donald Trump. I'm doing so as enthusiastically as I can, given the fact that I think he's a terrible human being.
I think he's a terrible human being. Can you walk that back once you say that? 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick
It could have been
comment.
worse. He could have said what other people were saying, is that Trump admitted to sexual assault in that tape, which he didn't admit to, if you innocently construe what he said. So Mulvaney could have been much worse than he was. All he said was that he was a terrible man for saying those things, not for doing those things. Is that a distinction without a difference?
Well, Mulvaney's spokesperson, because lo and behold, well, I guess he is still the Office of Management and Budget. He's the head of that. OMB, you call it.
Sure.
And the acting chief of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and now the acting
It's a lot of
chief of
hats.
staff. It's exhausting. I mean, now there's only so much room on a business card. But apparently his spokesperson said that he said that and made those comments before he actually met President Trump.
Oh, please. And after seeing him and being his chief of staff, he'll wind up saying what Rex Tillerson said, which was that Trump is not a good guy.
Well, yeah, this is...
I voted for him. I'll vote for him again. I don't like him. He's payback for Clinton and Obama, period. D.S. Alfine.
Well, it's just interesting because Rex Tillerson was on, had the sit down over the weekend, and he spilled dirt on what it's actually like to work with President Trump.
To go to work for a man who is pretty undisciplined, doesn't like to read, doesn't read briefing reports, doesn't like to get into the details of a lot of things, but rather just kind of says, look, this is what I believe, and you can try to convince me otherwise.
Right. You shouldn't say, I've worked for people like that. And I'm one of those people. I won't read anything longer than a tweet now.
Well, you better read about Grandma Sutra because I'm not rolling that story out. Here's more from Rex Tillerson.
We did not have a common value system. When the president would say, well, here's what I want to do, and here's how I want to do it. And I'd have to say to him, well, Mr. President, I understand what you want to do, but you can't do it that way. It violates the law. It violates a treaty. He got really frustrated.
Yeah, well, remember when he wanted the travel ban? And basically he wanted to say, let's ban Muslims. Well, they said, you can't do that. And
well,
so
then he said Muslims from certain countries.
Well, right, no, and then they tailored the law to make it fit. So it was basically the countries that Obama didn't want to let Muslims come in.
But don't you need congressional approval to change the law?
Well, sure. He didn't want to. Right, he didn't want to do it through executive order, or we wanted to have legislation. So he finds people who will do it legally, do things legally. What happens is that his critics are worse than he is, because then you get people like on the Ninth Circuit or other judges who overreact to what he says, and they pervert the law by saying, well, he said this on the campaign trail, therefore the executive order is unconstitutional. No, you don't, or the law is unconstitutional. No, you don't look at that. You look at the four corners of the law, and that's the great thing about Trump. As bad as he is, he makes his critics look even worse.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Pain drugs are addictive and have side effects. Get off the drugs, get rid of the pain. You don't need to live with chronic pain. Let's repeat, you do not have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, from an accident or pain that just develops. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the most respected and successful pain doctors in the world. Dr. Candido will work to find the source of your chronic pain and fix it. He teaches pain management around the world and has been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Okay, you get it. He's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido, Chicago anesthesia and pain specialist, will help you get off the pain medication and all of its side effects. You can get your life back. Drugs mask the pain, find the source, and fix it. Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain. You be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info at mypainchicago.com.
Lake County Right to Life is looking for like-minded people to help save lives, to support women, mothers and fathers, unborn babies, families, and the elderly. Can you help? Lake County Right to Life takes an active part in both the educational and lobbying aspects of the Right to Life movement. They recognize the need to become actively involved in electing pro-life, pro-family legislators, and formed the Lake County PAC to elect local Lake County candidates who support life-affirming legislation on your behalf. Legislation that saves thousands of lives and doesn't impose on you, the taxpayer, for the lesser good. There is light at the end of the tunnel, but it takes all of us working together to accomplish a society that celebrates life and protects our most vulnerable. For donations or information about educating the public concerning current life issues and legislations, go to the Lake County Right to Life website, lcrtl.org. That's lcrtl.org. You can also follow Lake County Right to Life on Facebook.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. Lots of people would have told you to abort that baby. You didn't do that. I know that was hard. I want you to know that no matter what, I know that you always did the best you knew how to do, and look how it turned out. Those are the touching words Oprah Winfrey used to say goodbye to her mother, who passed away on Thanksgiving Day this year. Look how it turned out indeed. Vernita Lee's daughter is now a billionaire, instantly identified the world over by the mere utterance of her first name. Oprah may not preach what her mom practiced, but thankfully more Americans are choosing Vernita Lee's example over her daughter's. In the last decade, abortions in the United States have declined 25%, according to the CDC. Even as secular humanism has poisoned so many American institutions, sacred and civic, prayer warriors, Planned Parenthood defectors, and the pregnancy centers who tend to families in crisis are winning hearts and minds. As we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, we should also celebrate that the culture of life is beating back cultural Marxism.
I'm Amy Errett, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. It's very meaningful to me when I hear customers talk about how Madison Reed at-home hair color has changed their lives. Here's Vicky, one of our very first customers.
Coloring my own hair is easier than I ever imagined. The best part, I no longer have to sit in a salon and pay over $100 to have this done. Now I color it when it's convenient for me, and it takes less than an hour. People compliment me on how great my color is, and my hair is incredibly soft and healthy looking.
Experience beautiful, multi-dimensional, ammonia-free, salon-quality color for under $25. Join the hundreds of thousands of women who have tried and loved Madison Reed. Find your perfect shade at madison-reed.com and get 10% off plus free shipping on your first color kit. Use code YES123. That's code YES123. Try it. Love it. That's the beauty of Madison Reed.
If you're self-employed and purchase your own health insurance, I have some good news.
From now until December 15th, you cannot be denied coverage based on a pre-existing condition, and depending on your income, you may find a more affordable plan. And this year, thanks to President Trump, if you're healthy and your income is too high to qualify for a subsidy, there is a new and competitive non-Obamacare marketplace where premiums are much lower and the PPO networks include access to our teaching hospitals in Chicago. Employers who provide small group coverage also have new options, and so do seniors looking for Medicare supplement coverage. Call me, I can help.
If you're tired of calling a bureaucrat at an 800 number to help you navigate Obamacare, then you need a local expert on your side. Your own health insurance mentor. See Stephen Tucker from healthinsurancementors.com is someone I know and trust. He's a 20-year licensed broker who's been educating our listeners for 7 years. Steve, how can our listeners get in touch with you?
Thanks, Dan. They can visit healthinsurancementors.com or call me directly at 630-674-1551.
Our freedom and security are made possible through the service and sacrifice of our military and first responders. The Gary Sinise Foundation provides many outreach programs supporting these brave men and women. Join us. Donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Mick O'Rourke, President and CEO of Signature Bank, Chicago's business bank. I'd like to thank our customers for selecting Signature as their trusted banking partner to help build their businesses. We started Signature in 2006, and we've had the opportunity to meet so many hardworking Chicagoans. From third-generation family-owned businesses on the west side of Chicago to tech innovators at 1871. Signature Bank is proud to work across many different industries in the city and beyond. As the fastest growing, independently owned business bank in Chicago, Signature is always welcoming new customers. I'd love to meet you and learn about your business.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
AM 560, The Answer.
So I'm doing something inappropriate. I'm flossing my teeth in front of you.
Right, and I don't have my face guard on.
Well, it's just, I got something stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, now I got it stuck in my eye. Come on.
Me, when I worked at Channel 5, there was a photographer. You know, you'd be stuck in those live trucks for
hours on end. I never did that. I was a studio guy, ivory tower guy. I didn't have to go out with the riffraff. But what happened to you out there?
I was on the streets every day. I was never in the office, which is fine. He would clip his toenails. So you'd hear the ping, and then sometimes you'd feel it, and it hit you right in the shoulder. You're like, oh.
Were you impaled? Did he draw blood with a sharp one?
I'm just saying it was very. Yeah. This is a little,
Pick his toenail.
Clip your toenails.
You're out there for hours.
And he got out his boots and took off his socks, and then put the garbage can underneath and started clipping the toenails. But it would just sometimes say fly.
A stray one. Yeah.
And then I had another photographer who he had a phobia of public washrooms. So he would go to the bathroom in a cup in the back of the live truck.
In the back of the live truck?
Okay. In a bottle.
All right.
In the back of the truck.
If I had something in a bottle.
One time he pulled over at that accident site on the Dan Ryan, and I had to get out so that he could go to the bathroom in a bottle on the back of the truck.
Oh, so he wasn't driving while he was going in the bottle.
I'm just saying he would put me in, precarious, dangerous situations so that he could go to the bathroom.
He had bashful kidneys. That's
so disgusting.
I do a telethon every year for the Bashful Kidney Foundation. That's
do
not
you
funny.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, so that was disgusting. Anyway, this other story is quite grotesque, but I mean it's printed for you, Bruce, because you're getting up there in age, and for some of our listeners.
Thank
you. I'm sorry. Don't worry, it'll happen to me too.
Do I have to deduct what I get here today from my Social Security that I get? That's somebody. Mike Scott probably knows the answer to that. Go ahead.
Mike's 55. No.
Grandma. He's just an expert.
Well, there's a new thing called, doctors are encouraging elderly people to try new sex positions.
Really?
Grandma Sutra. Oh, no, you're telling me all about this.
Well,
Bruce.
Grandma Sutra, I think, was the Iowa Hawk designation for that. No, they're saying that, older people should, and I looked in the story, they didn't actually suggest any particular position.
Well, thank you for investigating.
But no, they did suggest that you do have
Speak
sex.
up, son, I can't hear
you. That you do have sex when you're in your dotage. And I think that's a wonderful, wonderful idea.
Well,
but the problem is, let's say you're doing it in the rocking chair. First of all, you're going to get dizzy. Secondly, there's no traction. So I think you ought to be safe. And well, you asked me to do this story. Okay. Let the record show that Amy is laughing, but no sound is coming out.
I wanted the facts. The study, they studied and analyzed 6,879 older adults living in England. And the data revealed that older men and women who reported any type of sexual activity in the previous 12 months had a higher life enjoyment score than those who weren't sexually active. They said that if you're sexually active as an adult, 70 plus, that there's certain cancers. You have a lower risk of certain cancers and fatal coronary events.
Now, you would think that you would have a higher incidence of fatal coronary events by engaging in sex. But, I measure, the over-under is 20 snorts from Amy today. Okay, so I've counted 2 so far. But anyway, they say in here that women prefer kissing and petting, some light petting.
Yes.
In their dotage, but men actually have to have the full sex act, which is, I don't see how that differs from women in their 20s and 30s as well.
And the research has said winter months are very active, a lot more active than the summer months, because people are trying to get warm and snuggle more.
Because of the heat.
And then that leads to other things.
Right.
All right,
You ever seen a grown man naked?
All right, are we done? Because this is.
Well, we should pause for about 30 seconds for the couples who are listening to consummate an act.
So just
30. Well, maybe if you're a little older, it's going to be 4 or 5.
The bottom line is enjoy yourselves, because you'll live longer, you'll be happier,
that's
and
stupid.
you'll be cancer-free if you have sex.
I hate
Oh my goodness, Justin Coaster.
No, but I hate
our
that.
technical producer.
I hate that people say that you should have sex in order to be healthy. You should have sex for its own sake, not to be healthy.
Because you want to?
Or, as I believe, and Dan will have a 60 seconds of insanity on this shortly, you should have sex to have a baby. Every single time! Even when you're 90!
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry.
Some people do have babies. What was the guy who got somebody pregnant at 80?
Saul Bellow did. Yeah, he was prolific as both an author, a Nobel laureate.
Yes.
And he fathered children.
Up until his 80s?
Yeah, some men do that. It's usually not recommended because the kids can turn out with 4 heads. Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
You should be careful.
You should
you're
be
older.
very careful. We want to quickly thank our business benefactors, people who are giving to the less fortunate, Bruce.
Yes.
This holiday season. Why am I talking like this?
Among them are Signature Bank, Twin Supplies Company of Oakbrook, Chris Jacobs with Chris Jacobs & Associates, Century 21 affiliated in Algonquin, Illinois, Palatine Complete Dental, AmericanEagle.com, Cafe Salsa, Spiegel and Cahill, the law firm.
Okay, to name, those are just to name a few. And if you want to become a business benefactor, one-time donation of $2,500, tax deductible, and as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40 one-minute commercials. Call Ann Jeanette at 847-472-8951. What's the number, Bruce?
That telephone number again is 591-JOCK, 591-DROLL. 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951. Visit 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword food. Text the word biz to 64636.
All right, coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, who's to blame for the death of a 7-year-old Guatemala girl who died after crossing the border? But first, it's 6 a.m. right now and time for Fox News.
Written answers are all the special counsel's going to get. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. One of the president's lawyers says forget about a Trump interview in person. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
Rudy Giuliani, the president's personal lawyer, on Fox News Sunday, indicating that he's advised the president not to answer any questions from special counsel Robert Mueller.
Good luck. After what they did to Flynn, the way they trapped him into perjury, and no sentence for him, 14 days for Papadopoulos, I did better on traffic violations than they did with Papadopoulos.
So when you say good luck, you're saying no way, no interview.
They're a joke over my dead body, but, I could be dead.
Giuliani also called the president's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, who has implicated the president in a campaign finance violation, a complete pathological liar. Dave?
And John, one of the reasons ex-Trump lawyer Cohen got 3 years in prison was for lying to Congress about business contacts with Russia, something Democrats plan to look into next year when they take control of the House.
Now, the president has wanted to draw a red line and say, you can't look at my business. But if the president's business is trying to curry favor with the Kremlin, we can't ignore that.
Congressman Adam Schiff on NBC's Meet the Press. He's likely to be chair of the House Intel Committee. The president tweeted that Michael Cohen's a rat and claimed the FBI illegally broke into Cohen's office in an April raid. The FBI director the president fired, James Comey, responded in his own tweet that the president's lying about a lawful execution of a search warrant. Now, Comey can expect questions from Republicans later this morning about Michael Flynn's questioning when Comey meets with House lawmakers behind closed doors again. Congress is on deadline to fund the government this week to avert a partial shutdown that would start Saturday.
We've got to figure out how to come together here.
But Congressman Tim Ryan and other Democrats say they won't give in to President Trump's demands for $5 billion for the border wall. Trump's senior advisor, Stephen Miller, told CBS Face the Nation they'll do whatever's necessary.
The Democrat Party is a simple choice. They can either choose to fight for America's working class or to promote illegal immigration.
This is Fox News.
Skies are fair, 33 degrees at 6:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Here are the stories we are following on WIND Chicago. One lane blocked early this morning on the outbound Kennedy Expressway. Crews dealing with a semi-tractor trailer crash there near the Foster Avenue entrance ramp. 2 branches of the biggest order of Catholic priests are expected to release the names of priests accused of sexually abusing minors today. The Midwest and Maryland branches of the Jesuits are expected to release those lists dating back more than 60 years. One of those priests is Donald J. O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy is accused of repeatedly raping a young boy at a private Catholic school in Chicago's suburbs. The Bears are NFC North champions. Chicago clinching the division with a 24-17 victory over the Packers at Soldier Field. Bear running back Tariq Cohen says he's excited to bring home the title.
It means a lot. We went through last year not winning any division games. So I would like to say, we came from the bottom and we finally got to the top now.
Mitchell Trubisky, a pair of touchdown passes. Khalil Mack, 2.5 sacks in the win. Bears 10-4. A man accused of beating his roommate with a wooden board and a metal pole last week on the southwest side. Andrew Williams went before a judge and is now charged with aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Palatine Schaumburg High School District 211 Superintendent Dan Cates sending out emails to parents and posting the same message on the district website, providing a bit of guidance on what to do and how information will be made available in the event teachers walk off the job tomorrow. With the possibility that all the district's high schools will be closed indefinitely, Cates is advising students to bring home any materials needed for classes and final exams today, unless there is a resolution in the stalled contract negotiations. Hoffman Estates-based Sears is paying more than $25 million in bonuses to its top executives and high-ranking employees just months after filing bankruptcy. And it was a beautiful afternoon for an engagement. Bears left tackle Charles Leno Jr. celebrating more than an NFC North title this morning. The offensive lineman got engaged to his longtime girlfriend on the field after the Bears beat the Packers.
Jennifer Marie Ross, will you love to be Jennifer Marie Leno Jr.? Yeah. Will you? Yeah. You accept? Yeah. You accept? I love you, baby.
Leno proposed. She said yes, and an NFC North championship was celebrated along with an engagement. Bears safety Eddie Jackson undergoing testing on a sprained right ankle. Blackhawks fall to the Sharks 7-3. Blackhawk goalie Corey Crawford dealing with another concussion after a collision at the net. The news service of Peloton, the perfect gift for them and you. Still a chance to give the gift of a Peloton bike when you order the bike by 12/20. You'll get a free welcome gift. So you still have Peloton under the tree this holiday. See onepeloton.com, onepeloton.com, or visit them at 520 Michigan Avenue, Oak Brook Center, and Westfield Old Orchard. 6:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity applauds the president's stance on trade.
We have had horrible one-sided deals with everybody.
That includes NATO, 72 cents of every dollar. That includes even our European allies and friends, supposedly. They have one-sided trade deals. Mexico, NAFTA, Canada, now China. So we're making huge progress.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
When you buy a new Ford F-Series truck during our holiday sales event, you're not just buying a truck. You're sending a message to the world that says, yeah, I can help. Because now you're the friend with the Ford truck. You'll move coworkers, haul lumber, and build everything from tree houses to Serenity sheds. Now you're the one everyone counts on, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Ford F-Series, built for the holidays. Built Ford proud.
And now for a limited time, you can bring home a new F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months, only at your Ford dealer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit Financing. 72 months at $13.89 per month per $1,000 financed, regardless of down payment, is available on 18 model year F-150. Excludes Raptor. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 1/2/19. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for qualifications and complete details.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
It's actually really been helping my system and my lupus and my gastro problems. So I'm actually very happy with the product.
Acid reflux is pretty much under control. That's why I keep taking it.
I have noticed, I'm sleeping better since I started taking the Balance of Nature and all the other things I'm doing.
I can't believe how wonderful your product is. I listened to you guys on the radio for years and years and years, and I listened to all the testimonials. I go, well, it's probably time to give it a try. And I've been just happy as could be ever since.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Pros in the know start with Lowe's and save 5% on eligible purchases every day made with a Lowe's Business Credit Account. That's 5% savings in-store and online. Subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other credit offers. Exclusions apply. See store for details. U.S. only.
6:08 and a check on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Eden's outbound traffic is jammed. Devon before Oakton with a crash down the right shoulder. Injuries involved. It's 35 minutes. Montrose to Lake Cook. Inbound 22 with the Gapers delay starting at Niles Center. Kennedy inbound stop and go Cumberland Foster. There's an outbound crash. 28 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 31. Delays Hostner, Foster, right lane, and the exit Foster are closed. Inbound Eisenhower slow 25th to Des Plaines Avenue and Demon to Bird Circle. 33 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 29. On Stevenson, 40 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan is 22 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop 4, 23 minutes, 8094 to the merge. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, here's our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Sunshine, it'll be colder today. The high near 39, mainly clear tonight, low 24. Sunny for tomorrow and a high 44. Rather cloudy on Wednesday and the high once again at 44. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
It is 33 at O'Hare. Next news at 6:30, and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Make sure to check out the Income Store live video stream of today's show right now at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, sorry.
Good morning. Welcome to AM 560 The Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf.
Hi.
And all week for Dan Proft. It's that. You know what? Nothing says Christmas more like hanging out with one in a million.
Right. That's my sweatshirt, which my best friend got me from a closing Judaica store.
Uh-huh.
Not to reinforce the stereotype of the economical Jew, but my best friend got a bargain on this. That was
Yeah,
that he
we'll
got
take a
from
picture of it and tweet it out.
The picture says 1 in a minyan, and it's of a Jewish man with a tallis on.
Uh-huh.
1 in a minyan is a group of 10 people that you need in order to pray in Judaism. And so it's a pun there, 1 in a
I
minyan.
get it.
Because I'm 1 in a minyan.
You are one in a
I'm
million.
a majority of 1.
And 1 in a million.
Thank you.
Shutdown countdown, 5 days until the government shut down over border wall funding. And now we don't know if the GOP would even have enough votes. The White House, they want $5 billion, but GOP members, Bruce, who are retiring or who didn't win re-election, haven't shown up since the midterms to vote on anything.
Oh,
so
good.
Chuck Schumer, Chucky there, came out yesterday on, I think, Meet the Press and let us know how this is going to go down.
President Trump should understand there are not the votes for the wall in the House or the Senate. He is not going to get the wall in any form.
Not so, says Stephen Miller.
Absolutely. This is a very fundamental issue. At stake is the question of whether or not the United States remains a sovereign country, whether or not we can establish and enforce rules for entrance into our country.
An interesting thing. Mark Krikorian, you've probably had him on.
Oh, yes.
And he's the immigration expert, and he's a Republican, he's a conservative. He had a great strategy for Trump. What he should do is say, okay, you know what? We're not going to fund the wall right now. We'll take the funds that we would use for the wall, Democrats.
Right.
And how about using those funds to enforce E-Verify? And if the Democrats go against that, basically they're saying, we want illegals to hold jobs in America. Now, you tried to run on that, Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See what happens. Well, the need for the wall is, that the tension, again, is on that because over the weekend, we're learning more information about a 7-year-old Guatemalan girl. Her name is Jacqueline McQuinn, and she traveled with her father. So she left her home. They lived in a indigenous community in northern Guatemala. Her mom's there in like a mud hut with sticks with 6 other kids. They gave her her first pair of shoes and said, you're going to go with Dad to America. They got on a bus, traveled 2,000 miles. So she gets to the border, and they crossed at a very dangerous place. They crossed near Lordsburg, New Mexico, which somebody whose car has broken down between Deming, New Mexico, and Lordsburg, New Mexico. There is nothing there.
Broke down?
My car broke down. It was a Buick Skylark back in 1991 or 2, and I had to hitchhike because there's not even a gas station. There is nothing there. It is barren land for hundreds of miles.
When you hitchhiked,
so when these kids got there,
were you like Greta Garbo?
Oh,
or whoever
yeah.
it was? You
Short
showed a
skirt, lot of
showed
leg.
a little
Yeah. You know
because
it.
Clark Gable couldn't get the hitchhike.
No, but I'm just saying.
Was
So
it
this
Greta-
is
wasn't Greta
dangerous where
Garbo,
they
it was somebody
landed. So they dropped them off. So they crossed over the border in the middle of nowhere, surrender. The girl's fine. Then all of a sudden, within 24 hours after they got into Border Patrol custody, she got a fever of 105.9.
WCKG. I'm a
seriously,
radio guy.
Honestly,
I'm a radio guy.
I said that off when we were practicing. Like, guys going over the story with you, and you
Sure.
said 105.9.
And
that's a different radio.
And you couldn't
station.
deliver.
I couldn't.
You
I couldn't.
choked on that.
Well, this story, it makes me really sad because there's first the thoughts that the dad wasn't feeding her or giving her water during their journey. But the dad said, no, I fed her and she was fine. And so she was transported via helicopter from Lordsburg, New Mexico to El Paso to Providence Hospital, immediately put in the ICU. They revived her twice. Okay, but she was so dehydrated. She had liver failure. She was on a machine. But the dad's saying, this isn't our fault. This is your fault. This is a Border Patrol's fault. And hear this. He's calling for, and the family is, an objective and thorough investigation into her death. So, are we to blame for the 7-year-old girl's death?
So there is
312-642-5600 is our
May I call
turnkey.pro
in?
answer line.
Yeah.
64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Here's Ruben Garcia. He's the director of the El Paso shelter.
Jacqueline and her father came to the United States seeking something that thousands have been seeking for years, an escape from the dangerous situation in their home country. Jacqueline, just 5 days past her 7th birthday, was a beautiful and loving child.
That's not our...
No, that's Ruben Garcia. He's the director of an El Paso shelter. They take in migrants, they take in people. And
So was she sick or wasn't she before she crossed the border?
the dad said that she wasn't and that she didn't have any pre-existing conditions because once you get into and surrender to Border Patrol, they gave them a sheet that said, do you have any underlying conditions? Are you healthy? Do you have any known, diseases? And even though it was written in English, that somebody explained it to him in Spanish, and he said, no, we are fine. And then all of a sudden, she started vomiting, and then had this
how quickly
fever.
after she crossed the border did she have the fever? What was it about coming across the border that gave her the fever?
I don't. That's why I'm not believing the father. But as Americans, do we need to?
Well, were we
help her? I mean, we did help her
when she crossed the border. Did she get any food and water when she crossed
yes,
the border?
they said the dad said in the group that there were 163 migrants.
So what was it about what we did? We, the people of the United States, what did we do? I mean, so I questioned whether she was well before she crossed the border.
He said, the father said, when they loaded onto the bus, so this is about 16 hours after they arrived, they were loaded onto a bus to take them to Lordsburg. Once they got onto the bus, and as it was preparing to leave, his daughter became sick and started vomiting.
But for 16
hours? So then
hours?
Border Patrol agents got on the bus, they called an ambulance, then they called the chopper to take her to El Paso.
What happened in the preceding 16 hours?
That's the thing. But every year, 300 people die crossing the border.
I cannot stress how dangerous this journey is when migrants choose to come here illegally.
That's Kirstjen Nielsen, Homeland Security extraordinaire. Easy on the eyes. But of course, Beto O'Rourke,
of course,
is congressman from El Paso. Went to El Paso High
Future
School.
vice president under Joe Biden.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Or possibly president. He's now leading.
Robert
the
Francis
polls.
O'Rourke.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can either try to address these issues here at the border by turning asylum seekers away or building a wall, or we can try to address these problems in the countries of origin.
You got to build the wall. I mean, there's walls already in places in highly populated areas. Nogales, Tijuana, El Paso, Brownsville. But they want to build a wall. Places like Lordsburg, New Mexico, who I never thought that people would be crossing in the middle of nowhere like that. So now I'm wrong because I was always against the wall. I always used to say, if you build a wall, they'll dig a tunnel.
When you cross, so you have never become a citizen.
Yeah, I'm an illegal Mexican. I'm from Chihuahua. I'm the tallest person from Chihuahua. But yeah, okay, cat's out of the bag. 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick question. Let's go to Peggy. Hello, Peggy, who joins us from Chicago.
Hi. I have a piece of information for you. I was reading the Constitution of the United States, our founding document, and it says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility."
Objection. That's the preamble.
I'm sorry, the preamble.
Yeah, but the
says-
preamble is not the Constitution. It's the preamble. So the preamble doesn't hold any weight. But go ahead, Peggy. I'll allow it. Go ahead.
Oh, well, it doesn't hold any weight. So.
Well, do you cite the
Not to
preamble in
establish
legal
justice,
argument?
Not to ensure domestic tranquility. It says to provide for the common defense.
Sure.
And I thought, well, that's an interesting quote. Is it up to this president to remind the people of Congress what their duties are? Of course, if it's not a legal document, well, then why don't we just ignore the whole damn thing?
It is a legal argument, but I'm saying that.
No, it's okay, man. I mean, if you really if you think it's illegal,
I didn't say
and we shouldn't provide for the common defense. Hey, who am I to debate with somebody as brilliant as you are?
You
I
are.
mean,
You're
I mean,
worthy
yeah.
of debating with me. We're having a debate, and you hung up on me.
You did to Peggy.
Oh, I hope she calls in again.
Peggy, on behalf of the
Why
show.
did she run away?
Because you insulted her.
I was looking at her arguments. She takes her arguments personally.
I was going to start
How
saying
to handle a woman.
Good luck. Good luck with that, Brucey Bruce.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Every business has two major goals, right? Bigger profits and lower operating costs. Well, while ComEd might not be able to help you directly grow your profits, they can help you lower your operating costs with instant discounts on energy-efficient LEDs. You'll save money right now, and you'll save again later on your energy bills. For instant discounts and other lighting solutions from the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, visit ComEd.com/lighting solutions. ComEd, powering lives.
And by the way, they're taking her body back today to Guatemala.
Peggy's?
No,
Oh.
the 7-year-old
Peggy's so nice. I
girl.
hope she calls back.
Yeah, we love Peggy and appreciate her.
7-year-old girl?
Yeah, they're flying. We're flying her back to Guatemala.
Oh, now we'll do something.
But I wonder if her father's going with her, if he's gonna.
Are you kidding? He's not leaving the United States right now.
stay
He's
here.
going to blend in.
We will
right?
find out.
Yeah.
We'll give him a court date and see if he shows up.
Sure, no way. I have the perfect Christmas or any other occasion gift for just about everybody on your list. I suggest the MyPillow Holiday 4-pack offer. You can get 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows, plus free shipping, all for the normal price of 1 premium MyPillow. Think about that for a second. You can give 1, 2, 3, or even 4 gifts for all the price of 1. Or if you still don't have a MyPillow for yourself, keep one and gift the rest. And the money-back offer is extended through March 1st. Not only that, but you can still get 30% off everything else, including the MyPillow mattress topper and pet beds you've heard Amy and Dan rave about. Just be sure to use promo code Amy to get the MyPillow 4-pack offer with free shipping and the 30% discount on everything else, including mattress toppers and pet beds. Visit MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201. And don't forget to use the promo code Amy. That's MyPillow.com. Promo code Amy.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Opportunity Project, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Well, you know. Is this Revolution?
Hey, we have to decide what song we're going to sing on Friday.
Maybe it's cold outside. It's in the news. We've done it before. I love it.
You know, there's a clean version of Baby It's Cold Outside, which
PC?
It's a politically correct one, and I thought about it. I don't know. It's very, I just, all these songs that are under attack. Have you seen the list of songs that we can't sing anymore at Christmas time?
Well, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer
Well, because
of bullying.
I really can't stay.
Baby, I'm fine with that.
I've got to go away.
Baby, I'm cool with that.
This evening has been
Hoping you get home
so
safe.
very nice.
I'm glad you had a real good
My
time.
mother will start to worry.
Call her so she knows that you're
And
coming.
father will be pacing the floor.
Better get your car.
So really, I'd better scurry.
Oh my God. Do you think sing
Should
it?
I use the front or back door?
Which one are you pulling towards more?
Why don't I be the guy this year and you can be the girl?
Well, fine.
All right.
It's
I think that
because
would
they
be-
have the first transgender Miss Universe contestant.
What?
Miss Spain.
Well, she didn't win.
Oh,
Well, what? No,
thank
last
God
night we
she
had a
didn't
Miss
win.
Universe winner, and it was the Philippines. I mean, isn't
Whatever
that
it is,
so
Steve
sad
Harvey
that I
got
know
it
that?
wrong.
No, Steve Harvey actually got it right when he announced Miss Philippines.
In
But
this,
here,
in this vein,
Yes.
Baby It's Cold Outside, did you see Greg Gutfeld on his show? They had a really good parody of James Bond, the politically correct James Bond movie,
Uh-huh.
where he doesn't order a martini shaken or not stirred. He has, I don't know, a slow gin fizz or something. But also when the girl comes on to him and he says, "Oh, that's so heteronormative of you," and he gets really upset, about actually sleeping with a girl. It's the
Oh, I
politically
see.
correct.
Well, we'll go over the
James
whole list
Bond.
because there's a lot.
Yeah.
You know the song "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus." Yeah,
There's a whole thing about
subjects
Santa Claus
minors
should be
to
gender
soft
neutral.
corn poor. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the top of 7. But quickly, let's go back to our last topic when we were talking about the 7-year-old girl who died after crossing the border. Let's go to Bob, who joins us from Waukegan. Good morning, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing fine. First off, I would just like to tell Bruce not to interrupt people. This is a talk show. So he assumed he knew what the lady was going to say and cut her off before she got to her point. So that's your bad. You need to listen better for the next callers. The other thing
Bob,
is,
did you notice I didn't cut you off when you told me about cutting off people?
I appreciate it.
All right, you're
All
welcome.
right, Bob. Happy Bob. What's up? What do you think about the girl? Who's to
the
blame?
problem is with our politicians. The Congress and the Senate of the United States of America have been sitting on their hands for 20 years. They want to pass the buck. They want to get money from lobbyists. They want to increase their own pocketbooks, and they're not doing their damn jobs. We have so many problems with immigration. We've already so this little girl gets sick. Yeah, it's the United States' fault. We take her in a helicopter, which costs us a couple $1,000s. We put her in an intensive care unit. We got like 3 doctors and 7 nurses attending to her. We do every damn thing we can to save her life, and her ungrateful damn father is going to sue America and cause us more money. That is the problem with all this stuff.
Well, Bob,
We've
can
got
I ask you a question now? I know you've had a chance to filibuster here. The question is, did we do anything wrong once she crossed the border, like those few hours? I don't know the answer to that.
We don't have all the facts.
Okay.
Nobody knows.
Well, the fact is she got on the bus and then she started vomiting, and the dad said, I need help here. And we helped her. Border Patrol agents got on the bus. Border Patrol agents called the ambulance. The ambulance arrived, and within 30 minutes, they had a chopper there because they said
But how long before she was on the bus was she in the? How long before she was on the bus was she in the country?
About 16 hours.
Well,
before
that's
they got on the
so.
bus.
There's your 16 hours.
Yeah, but they fed them food and gave them water during that
Did
time.
they or didn't they?
No, they did.
All right,
they said
then
they did.
fine.
And the
Case
dad
dismissed.
did not deny that either.
Case dismissed. Go
All
home.
right, thanks, Bob.
Thank
Appreciate your call. Let's go to Kevin, who joins us from Northfield. Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I want to consult our guest host, the great Bruce Wolf. I want to console him.
The great and terrible.
Bruce,
Please, yes. Okay, go
Bruce,
ahead.
you should know that a lot of people have a morning constitutional before they go out running, and so after this, they have a little preamble.
Sure, I get it. No, I get it. I get it.
So don't feel bad. This poor woman, she didn't understand. And by the way, are you going to start that business where we get people to take the tests? The kids who are going to go into the NBA, we get people to sit in and take their ACT test. I'm thinking there's some big commercial opportunities.
As you well know, Kevin, and thank you.
Thanks,
you
Kevin,
do know that I took the SAT, not the ACT. The SAT for
Back then?
for Derek Rose.
Oh.
I was the one who took it for Derek Rose and got him into.
I'm the one who gave him a knee transplant. So
Did you?
yeah, he's got my knees.
We worked.
Yes, we worked together to create.
No wonder
it.
he's a little wobbly out there.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I took the SAT, and I got to tell you, it was tough because I hadn't taken that test in like 30 years. I don't know the quadratic equation anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, but I got him into Memphis. It's an easy school.
Memphis, yeah, sure. We want to talk about our business benefactor program and how you could be one of the cool kids. Who's on the list, Bruce?
I'll tell you. Who's on the list? Joseph and Sons Mechanical Inc., Kevin S. Doherty Insurance, Anderson Concrete Pumping, Grace Lutheran Church in Streamwood, Advanced Design Studio, Waterleaf Women's Clinic.
And we should, just to name a few, and we should visit these businesses. We should purchase their goods that they're offering because of their generosity. They made Bruce a one-time donation of $2,500. It's tax deductible. All the money goes to Food for the Poor because we're trying to help those less fortunate this holiday season. And as a way of saying thank you, we give them 40, 60-second commercials that run right here Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m., right here on AM 560 The Answer. To become a business benefactor, you need to call Ann Jeanette, or as some say, Ann Jeanette. And her phone number is
847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951, and ask for the Business Benefactor Program.
And really, it's so important. We rely on you every year to help us, cross the finish line, to help us help those less fortunate. Because I was in Haiti, and the level of poverty there, it's unbelievable.
Is it worse in Haiti or at the border that you crossed into the United
Haiti,
States?
I was in shock for about 2 hours. You get off the plane and your eyes burn because they They burn things to stay warm, tires,
Right.
and there's no clean water. You can't, here you can go to a park or walk into a restaurant, go to a drinking fountain. They don't even have that there. So it is getting better. I mean, there's less garbage on the sidewalks, but it's just, it is the most unbelievable place I've ever been to. And then the moms make mud cookies for their kids.
Right.
They put mud, and then if they have any spices, they put spices
They
on
eat
top, and they
dirt?
eat that.
They eat
Yes.
dirt.
They're called mud cookies.
You're talking to a guy who couldn't take the bus ride from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios. Oh, I'm getting dizzy.
Why?
It's bumpy.
Oh
It's
my
bumpy.
God.
That's
You
my.
would die.
It's like Trump's Vietnam was not getting gonorrhea. Yeah.
So,
or getting it.
wow. If you want to make a one-time donation, we're asking for $80 that'll feed a child for a year and provide clean water for life. That number is 844-862-HOPE, 844-862-4673. But also, if you want to become a business benefactor, call Anjanette today. Just get it done. Even if you have any questions, just call her and ask her. 847-472-8951. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, will Trump be impeached? And what comes next? And also, Bruce, later, I have the perfect job for you. We'll explain. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here is Mike Scott.
33 degrees. Skies are clear this morning. The Department of Homeland Security says a 7-year-old Guatemalan girl who died in Border Patrol custody likely died from sepsis shock. The girl was taken into custody with her father and a large group of migrants earlier this month and died hours later after illegally crossing the U.S. border. U.S. District Court judge agrees with state's attorneys general that Obamacare is unconstitutional. Julie Rovner covers healthcare issues for Kaiser Health News.
This is an enormous law, and if the entirety were to actually be found unconstitutional, it would really cause major chaos in the healthcare system.
White House senior advisor Stephen Miller, though, predicts the Affordable Care Act will be struck down by the Supreme Court.
The more important question is whether Democrats are going to work with Republicans once Obamacare is ultimately struck down, which we believe it will be, to come up with a replacement plan that protects pre-existing conditions.
Coalition of 20-plus states argued they were harmed by the increase in the number of people on state-supported insurance rolls. The president is looking into the case of a former U.S. service member charged with murder of a suspected Taliban bomb maker responsible for the deaths of 2 Marines. The president says he's reviewing the case of Major Matthew Goldstein. The U.S. military confirmed 6 airstrikes over the weekend killed 62 militants in Somalia. 2 branches of the biggest order of Catholic priests are expected to release the names of priests accused of sexually abusing minors today. The Midwest and Maryland branches of the Jesuits are expected to release their list of abusive priests dating back more than 60 years. One of those priests is Donald O'Shaughnessy, accused of repeatedly raping a boy at a private Catholic school in Chicago's suburbs. The Bears are NFC North champions after a win over the Packers, 24-17. Bears running back Tariq Cohen.
It means a lot. We went through last year not winning any division games. So I would like to say, we came from the bottom, and we finally got to the top now.
Bears improved to 10-4, their first NFC North title since 2010. Police say they have recovered the vehicle of a Lake County teacher 4 days after his student apparently stole the keys from a high school classroom. Vehicle was discovered on December 7, running and unoccupied in a neighborhood. The keys taken December 3rd when the Waukegan High School teacher, who was in a meeting, was away from the classroom. The district says the person who took the keys is not the person who took the vehicle, and over the weekend, police say no arrests have been made, although the student involved in taking and receiving the keys have now been disciplined. Blackhawks score all 3 goals in the first period, but the Sharks rallied to score 5 straight to close out a 7-3 victory at the UC. In that game, Blackhawks goalie Corey Crawford took a blow to the head and suffered another concussion. The news is a service of Lowe's. Lowe's is closing their Portage, Indiana store located at 6221 U.S. Highway 6. Hurry in for huge deals on appliances, tools, flooring, holiday decor, and more. This location is closing, but they're still here to serve you at nearby locations and online at Lowe's.com while supplies last. See store for details. 6:35 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next. on AM 560.
Hey, how would you like to have your mortgage or rent paid for an entire year? Would that qualify as a Christmas miracle? Yeah, well, it could happen if you enter and win our Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, running now through December 20th. But you can only win if you enter. And to do that, go to 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword miracle. That's 560theanswer.com. Keyword miracle to enter for a chance to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2019.
Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I thought I had a sinus headache for a few days, but I had a massive brain aneurysm, hemorrhage of the brain, and a stroke. And I was on my deathbed. I was on a respirator in a coma for 35 days. And 3 months later, I came home in a wheelchair. I had double vision. I had to learn to walk again, to speak again. 1 and 1 is 2, write the alphabet. You know, if I went out and did a little something, I'd come home, I'd be in bed. Now I'm up by like 5:30 in the morning, and I go to the gym. I do shopping. I cook. I have energy all day. I mean, I feel great. Overall, my whole outlook, just feeling, my mental aspect, everything is better.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
6:37 and a check on the morning roads. We do that in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Kennedy outbound traffic is bottled up. Pulaski to Foster. The right lane is closed along with the exit to Foster with a crash. Truck hit a light pole and is right at the edge of the embankment. Looking at about 40 minutes downtown to O'Hare. Inbound 30, heavy from 190 to Foster. Got Edens. You get 24 minutes, Lake Cook Junction. Outbound 24 after a crash before Oakton. Got Eisenhower delays are from Manheim to Harlem. Demon to the Burns Circle. 38 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 32. Around Stevenson, delays start before Harlem. 45 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 24 minutes, 95 to downtown. I-57, 17 minutes, 90 to the Merge Bishop, 426. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Colder day ahead, but plenty of sunshine. Top out at 39. Currently 32. Next news coming up at 7. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the IRS Radio Hour with attorney Stephen Leahy every Sunday afternoon at 5 on AM 560, The Answer.
Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560, The Answer.
What song is this? Skater Dater?
If it's after 1970, I don't know it.
That's how Justin gets to work. He skateboards. So he loves when it doesn't snow, so he can ride his skateboard here. Good morning, Amy Jacobson here with the one and only Bruce Wolf.
Good morning, Amy Jacobson.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
Good times. But thanks for coming. And, of course, it's a big week. Lots going on. Over the weekend, Rudy Giuliani coming out to defend President Trump because, of course, Michael Cohen sat down and had an exclusive with George Stephanopoulos where George Stephanopoulos used his inside voice when interviewing Michael Cohen.
He directed me to make the payments. He directed me to become involved in these matters, including the one with McDougal, which was really between him and David Pecker. and then David Pecker's counsel. I just reviewed the document in order to protect him. I gave loyalty to someone who truthfully does not deserve loyalty.
He was trying to hide what you were doing, correct?
Correct.
Are they announcing a golf match right now?
Of course.
Look, no matter how quietly you talk and how serious you try to sound, when you say the name David Pecker, it's a laugh line every time.
Well, David Pecker was in charge of AMI Media. They own National Enquirer.
Right.
And they hired McDougal to basically make sure that her story wasn't told. But I have friends who work I worked at National Enquirer for a while.
That surprises me.
Well, back then when they had a different editor, it was very, very heavily vetted. You had to go through not one lawyer, but two lawyers with your story and your sources. It was a different world.
In other words,
but my friends told me when President Trump before he won the nomination, they said it's such a joke. I mean, there's this girl here she wrote her story about Trump, and it's just catch and kill. We're never going to air it. And then they had her do physical workouts, and they had her go to different exercise classes and write articles that were never published either. So
I would
this
like
has been
to
going
be-
on for a long. I mean, I've known about it, and I talked about it on the show, but no one listened.
I heard you. I'd like to be the beneficiary of a catch and kill.
You really?
I want to be paid to do
do nothing?
Yeah. I'll sign a non-disclosure. I got secrets on everybody.
Oh, you do,
Oh,
do
yeah.
you?
But I would never do something like that. But the thing is Rudy Giuliani, interestingly, said that there were 20 witnesses. He said there were 20 witnesses who will say that Trump did not direct Cohen. And, of course, John Podhoretz made the interesting comment. There were 20 witnesses to the phone call that Trump made to Cohen. I say, verily, 20 people knew about Trump's dealings with Stormy and or McDougal. I thought he was trying to keep this all a secret.
Well,
but
the thing is
if 20
it's
people know it, everybody knows.
the ever-changing story and the lie. I mean, listen to Trump, months ago when the media confronted him on Air Force One about the alleged payments.
Did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels?
No.
Why did Michael Cohen make it if there was no truth to allegations?
Well, you have to ask Michael Cohen. Michael's an attorney, and you'll have to ask Mike Cohen.
Do you know where he got the money to make that payment?
I don't know. No.
No, he's probably, I'm sure he's lying. So
well,
what?
we know he's lying because he was in the room.
Right.
Well,
So
Giuliani
what?
said, is that Cohen double-crossed Trump because there was no pardon offered.
I told his lawyers there'd be no discussion of a pardon. That doesn't mean the president doesn't have the power. Nobody's giving away any power, but do not consider it in your thinking now. It has nothing to do with what you should decide about yourself. I think that's one of the reasons why he double-crossed.
Wait. Look, the truth is probably, because, I take the Occam's razor approach. Of course Trump was directing this
I
whole
love
thing.
Occam's razor. I rode that ride at Great America last year.
It's funny.
It was great.
I usually used to use that instead of the Wilkinson sword.
Okay.
I switched to the Occam's razor. But everybody knows, Trump was involved in it. He was directing it. So what? We got the Clinton impeachment precedent. And you know what? If Trump's going to go to jail, sure, send him to jail after he finishes his second term in 2024.
Well, that's the only way he'll stay out of jail is if he wins
I want
in
to see
2020.
him for the good of the country. See, because he could make a deal right now. He could make a deal and say, you know what? If you let me off the hook and absolve me, if Gerald Ford pardons me or Mike Pence, then I'll resign or I won't run for a second term. I want for the good of the country. I want Donald Trump to run and win that second term, and then after he's out of jail in 2024, when he's like 114 years old, then I want him to prosecute. I want them to prosecute him, and let's see them throw him in jail. And the ratings for that are going to be fantastic.
312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. I mean, I just keep wondering, Bruce, did the hush payments shape the elections? If we had known about this, because I've always maintained we always knew he was a womanizer. It wouldn't have mattered to me. He should have just come forward and say, look,
no,
I had an affair back in 2010 or something, when Melania was pregnant with Barron.
I think it was the last
worst time to have an affair, by the way, when your wife's pregnant. By the way, just so you guys know that. Don't do that. I mean, we feel bad enough because our body
hurtful.
is shifting and
very hurtful,
and we
to
have
do
no
that.
control, and we get fat. We don't need that at that time. But
I
yes,
think
go
the
on.
Bears had just won the division title
Oh,
for the
boy.
first time, in many, many years, back in
So
2010. and then
is
he
it a
did
crime?
that.
Giuliani, of course, said no. These payments were personal.
It's not a crime. It's not a crime, George. Paying $130,000 to Stormy whatever and paying $150,000 to the other one is not a crime. If there's another purpose, it's no longer a campaign contribution. If there's a personal purpose. Now think about this. Suppose he tried to use his campaign funds to pay off Stormy Daniels. It would be totally illegal. If it's not a campaign expense, it can't be a campaign contribution.
Okay,
No,
Attorney
he's wrong.
Wolf.
Well, here's the thing.
Yes.
With all due respect to the former, he was a bigwig, wasn't he? Like
He's
an
the
attorney
mayor
general. Oh yeah,
of-
right. 9/11.
He wants to be
it's
the
all
attorney
coming back
general.
to me.
He wanted
yeah.
to.
No, it's not a matter of settled law at this point. It's actually a little bit unclear as to whether that would constitute a campaign contribution. So he can't definitively say that. There was a judge in the John Edwards case
Right.
who
Oh, yeah.
did say, yeah, that can be construed and that can go to the jury. That could be considered a campaign contribution. But there are other legal authorities who will say if you can find a personal excuse, it will not be considered a campaign contribution. So it's the law is unclear right now. And if you think you're going to get rid of the president of the United States based on an unclear interpretation of the law, you got another think coming, pal.
They'll use Cohen as a witness, and Cohen says that, oh, no, he's credible now.
So why should we believe you now? Because the special counsel stated emphatically that the information that I gave to them was credible and helpful. There's a substantial amount of information that they possess that corroborates the fact that I am telling the truth. So you're done with the lie.
What does this have to do with Russia?
Well, that was brought up. No, about. Well, by the way, first of all, Cohen, the Congress is going to ask him back to the Hill.
They're going to
after the Christmas break to ask him further questions. About this.
We're going
this
to.
is never going to go away.
Now this is what this has devolved into.
Mm-hmm.
First, it was the election was rigged because we were in collusion with Russia. Well, we're not. There's nothing to that. So now they're going down a rabbit hole. Pardon my Cardinal Supich. They're going down this rabbit hole and trying to get him on a campaign contribution violation when the Obama administration had a $2 million violation. This is a $130,000 violation and got fined $375,000. We're going to kill the president of the United States over this? I don't think so.
Well, if
Mr. Snerdley?
Well, here's the thing: if special counsel wants to interview President Trump, yeah, Giuliani had this say he got a little loosey goosey.
Yes, there are several unpaid parking tickets back in 1986, 87 that haven't been explained.
Seriously,
we've got seriously unpaid parking tickets.
No.
It was a movie theater. He didn't pay the proper fee.
Here's the special counsel. Does he want to interview the president?
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. After what they did to Flynn, the way they trapped him into perjury, and no sentence for him. 14 days for Papadopoulos. I did better on traffic violations than I did with Papadopoulos.
So when you say good luck, you're
They are
saying
a
no
joke.
way, no interview.
They're a joke over my dead body, but I could be dead.
Chris Wallace, just as a caveat here.
Yes.
His father was Mike Wallace. At the end of Mike Wallace's life, after all the great, times that he had on 60 Minutes and all
Right,
the interviews
Mike Wallace,
he did,
yes.
at the end of his life, he didn't remember one thing about his career. He did remember
All right, we
his
remember.
family.
On Tuesday, tomorrow, ex-National Security Advisor Mike Flynn is set to be sentenced.
Oh, I thought he was a guest.
We'll see.
I was scared.
Yes, he'll be calling in. We will take to the phone lines. Let's go to Bruce, another Bruce. This one joins us from Bloomingdale. Good morning, Bruce. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Good.
Hey, I don't care if Donald Trump stooped every Playboy penthouse and Hustler Centerfold from 1972 on 3 times a week. I did not vote for a pope. I voted for a guy to go in, kick some tail, and clean up Washington, D.C., and that's what we got. Have a great day. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Well, thank you so much, Bruce. Now, you're going back to 72. Are we talking Barbie Benton? Pre or post Barbie Benton era at Playboy? That's what I want
Let's go to Joe. He joins us from beautiful St. Charles. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, guys. Love the show. Kind of stole my thunder there. I didn't vote for Trump because he was an altar boy. I thought he was a smart business guy who would negotiate for the people and do something about immigration. And I don't think any politician could undergo the kind of biopsy that Trump has underwent from day one. When you look at Hillary's email, Eric Holder's Oklahoma City bombing, I mean, it's just a Baskin-Robbins of sin. And I can't believe what's happening.
A Baskin-Robbins of sin.
31 flavors.
You know, I remember when they came up with peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. My wife was pregnant. We got those Sundays every day. I gained 30 sympathy pounds.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
It happens. Dan joins us from Libertyville. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. Hey, I guess there must not be any honor amongst prostitutes. These women can't keep their mouths shut even if you give them $150,000. I mean, for Christ's sake.
Well, that's why Stormy Daniels has to pay him back $297,000.
You should, first of all, you should do it the way Jerry Springer did and try to pay with a credit card or write a check.
No, he wrote a check that bounced.
Check to him.
That's why he got in trouble. Thanks, Dan, for the phone call.
Thank
But,
you,
and
Danny.
also, too, the amount that they settled for was so low for me. It was just strange. I mean, you had this allegedly $1 billion man, and they settled for
Well, in other words, you're saying-
$130,000 and $150,000. It's just weird.
Really, really. They must have felt threatened. It's somehow, that they were going to have their cat killed, like Kathleen Willie's cat was killed by Bill Clinton.
La 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 ka-ching.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Lou Dobbs. President Trump says China ready to deal on trade. Northern Virginia feeling the so-called Amazon effect. Those stories next.
If you could do something to protect your family with just 10 minutes effort, would you bother? If something should ever happen to you, that 10-minute effort could mean the difference between hardship and financial security for your loved ones. Life insurance is something most people don't like to think about. Too many people do nothing until it's too late. The reason? People expect it'll be a big hassle. Ethos changes all that. Ethos is modern life insurance for people who don't have the time for fine print, extra doctor's appointments, or hidden fees. Ethos is affordable. It only takes about 10 minutes to apply online, and you'll be taking the first step in ensuring your family has the help they need to maintain the life you're building for them, even if the unexpected happens. Ethos brings you choices that don't require an in-person meeting with an agent, and in most cases, there's no need for a doctor's appointment. Ethos, life insurance for the 21st century. Apply online in just 10 minutes. Get a free quote now at getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
President Trump says China is feeling the pressure of his trade tariffs, and it seems he may be right. Late last week, China announced a 90-day suspension of its retaliatory tariff increases on $126 billion of American cars, auto parts, and trucks. President Trump predicting that a big and very comprehensive deal with China could be in the offing. The decision by Amazon to locate one of its two newest headquarters in the Arlington, Virginia area, causing now real estate activity to skyrocket. The number of contracts on homes in the area surging 90% in November, and pending sales are up 11.5%, primarily because of the Amazon effect. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight, 7 o'clock and 10 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Guys, check this out. There's a brand new technology that's going to drive your wife or girlfriend wild this Christmas. It's probably not what you're thinking. It's even better. It's called Micro Velvet, created by the PJ experts at Pajamagram, and it's found only in their Tempting Touch PJs. Tempting Touch PJs are the softest and most luxurious pajamas ever imagined. Because they're addictively soft, they beg to be touched. She's going to love the way they feel, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, you don't have to wrap the presents, because every Pajamagram includes free gift packaging, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. Thousands of men just like you have made their loved ones happy by giving them Tempting Touch PJs. You can too. But you need to get these amazing PJs today because they sell out fast. So here's what you do. It's easy. Go to Pajamagram.com right now or call 1-800-GIVE-PJS. That's Pajamagram.com. and tell them, who sent you, Amy? Amy sent you? Dan and Amy sent you.
Hurry up, the show ends at 9. Are you done?
Famous Winston Churchill quotes, presented by Automated Systems.
In reference to the Nazis, Winston Churchill stated, "An appeaser is one who feeds a crocodile hoping it will eat him last." That wisdom certainly proved true.
It's important we support companies that share our conservative values. If you are a manufacturer, I encourage you to call my friend Laz Kulchar from Automated Systems. As a software and systems integration company, Automated Systems creates custom solutions to make your production lines, facilities, and plants run more efficiently. Imagine less downtime, more speed, and fewer rejects. It doesn't matter if you're a Fortune 500 or a startup, Automated Systems delivers solutions for your toughest automation challenges. For information, I encourage you, man, to talk to Laz at Automated Systems. Call 844-HIRE-ASI or visit automatedsys.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI.
Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, said, "The essence of investment management is the management of risk, not returns." Hi, this is Joe Lopresti, president of Arlington Capital Management. I'm here to explain how we help manage our clients' exposure to risk. We're the creators of our proprietary proactive asset allocation strategy, known as PAS. It is designed to analyze important market trends and alert us to potential changes in the market. But that's only part of what I believe makes Arlington Capital Management unique. It's the care and personalized service we provide our clients that really defines us. We understand how important your financial goals are to you and your family, and we never take that responsibility lightly. It all starts by understanding the things that are most important to you. It's part of the Arlington Capital Management difference. To experience it for yourself, schedule your complimentary consultation by calling 855-471-5796. That's 855-471-5796, or visit arlington-capital.com.
AM 560. The Answer.
'Tis the season for giving. You know, we have a security guard downstairs. His name is Tom, and he's a Vietnam vet. And last Friday, I was walking by because Bunky was here, and I had to take her for a walk. And I said, "So how are you feeling about Christmas? Are you done with shopping?" He said, "Amy, every day is Christmas here in America," which is so true. I mean, really, we should thank, count our blessings every day because we have food. We have federal government. Don't look at me like that. Why are you looking at me like
because
that?
I agree with you.
No, because we have programs
I'm looking
that
at
if
you with
you're
my
in
puppy
need,
dog eyes and-
if you're in need, you can get subsidized. You can get on welfare. You can get food stamps. You can get help. You can get free lunches at school. There's always some social safety net available for you.
I have the iPhone XS Max or whatever like that.
Wow, big
I
shooter.
live like a king.
Right.
The Bourbon Kings would have killed for what I
So the
have
people
as an
that are less
ordinary
fortunate
American substitute co-host.
Live in Haiti, where 1 in 14 children do not live to see their 5th birthday. The poverty is unbelievable. I told you earlier about the mud cakes that they eat. They need clean water. They need your help. And a great way to help is to become a business benefactor if you make the marketing decisions for your company. One-time donation of $2,500, tax deductible. We give you 40 60-second commercials as a way of saying thanks. It is the best deal in Chicagoland radio. So if you've already thought about advertising, now is the time to act. Call Anjanette today. Call her even if you have any questions. Just check her out. Check out the station, 847-472-8951, 847-472-8951. And there's some great companies that have signed up to become business benefactors.
Including but not limited to Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, the CMT Research Foundation, Viking Ski Shop in Chicago and Barrington, to Secure Incorporated, McNaughton Development in Burr Ridge.
So do it today. Call Anjanette, 847-472-8951, and quit dragging your heels. And again, we want to thank you in advance for your generosity. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Manser, an attack on Christmas from candy canes to General Nutra Santas. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
The Bears clinch the NFC North, and the title comes after a win over the Packers. 3 are killed, 1 hurt in a Woodstock crash. 15 are rescued from an elevator that malfunctioned in the Loop. Colder day ahead, plenty of sunshine, high 39. WIND, Chicago Newsroom, 7 o'clock.
Putting James Comey in the hot seat again. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The former FBI director faces more questions behind closed doors at the House the day after he called President Trump a liar. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
Former FBI Director James Comey on Sunday criticizing President Trump for a tweet in which he accused the FBI of breaking into the office of his former attorney Michael Cohen. Comey tweeting, "This is from the president of our country, lying about the lawful execution of a search warrant issued by a federal judge." He continued, "Shame on Republicans who don't speak up at this moment for the FBI, the rule of law, and the truth." Comey due on Capitol Hill today to answer more questions from the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees. Dave?
John Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani says over his dead body will the president sit down with the special counsel and answer questions. And he doesn't have nice things to say about ex-Trump lawyer Michael Cohen, telling ABC's This Week.
Unless you're God, this man, you will never know what the truth is. He lies to fit the situation he's in.
Giuliani also says Cohen set up payments to silence women who claim to have had affairs with Donald Trump years earlier. And Giuliani says it's not a crime. Cohen got 3 years in prison for campaign finance violations and lying to Congress. Lawmakers have to work out a budget deal by Friday to avert a partial shutdown starting Saturday. President Trump insists Democrats give him $5 billion in wall funding, but Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tells NBC's Meet the Press.
We should not let a temper tantrum, threats, push us in the direction of doing something that everybody, even our Republican colleagues, know is wrong.
The family of the 7-year-old girl who died in U.S. custody hours after being captured with her father and others coming here illegally wants a full investigation. The girl's mother back in Guatemala says,
"My husband went away because of the poverty, the extreme poverty that we live in."
Now, there are questions if the girl's father understood English when he signed a form that she was in good health. He disputes Border Patrol's claim that his daughter hadn't had any food or water for days. This is Fox News.
Skies are fair. 33 degrees at 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. The Bears are NFC North champions, Chicago clinching the division with a 24-17 win over the rival Packers at Soldier Field. Running back Tariq Cohen reacting to the title.
It means a lot. We went through last year not winning any division games. So I would like to say, we came from the bottom and we finally got to the top now.
Mitchell Trubisky, a pair of touchdown passes. Khalil Mack, 2.5 sacks in the win. Bears 10-4. Palatine Schaumburg High School District 211 Superintendent Dan Cates sent an email to parents, posted the same message on the district's website, providing guidance on what to do and how information will be made available in the event that teachers walk off the job Tuesday. The possibility that the district's high schools will be shut down beginning tomorrow. Cates is advising students to bring home materials needed for classes and final exams today, unless there is a resolution in the stalled contract negotiations. Negotiations and discussions are expected to resume today. 3 are dead, 1 seriously hurt following a single vehicle crash in McHenry County. A Jeep struck a tree yesterday on Lily Pond Road near Woodstock. No one hurt after 15 were rescued from an elevator in Chicago's Loop. Authorities say the group was found trapped inside that elevator, stuck on the 4th floor of a building in the 800 block of South State Street. Chicago sports, Blackhawks score 3 goals in the first, then lose goalie Corey Crawford to a concussion, and the Sharks rally for a 7-3 win over the Blackhawks. Bulls in Oklahoma City tonight take on the Thunder. The news service of Lowe's. Now at Lowe's, save $50 on a 4-tool 20-volt cordless combo kit featuring a drill, impact driver, reciprocating saw, flashlight, 2 batteries, and more for just $149. Lowe's, the new home of Craftsman. Offer valid 12/12 through 12/19 while supplies last. See store for details, U.S. only. 7:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Hey, how would you like to have your mortgage or rent paid for an entire year? Would that qualify as a Christmas miracle? Yeah, well, it could happen if you enter and win our Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, running now through December 20th. But you can only win if you enter. And to do that, go to 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword miracle. That's 560theanswer.com. Keyword miracle to enter for a chance to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2019.
When you buy a new Ford F-Series truck during our holiday sales event, you're not just buying a truck. You're sending a message to the world that says, yeah, I can help. Because now you're the friend with the Ford truck. You'll move coworkers, haul lumber, and build everything from tree houses to Serenity sheds. Now you're the one everyone counts on, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Ford F-Series, built for the holidays. Built Ford proud.
And now for a limited time, you can bring home a new F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months, only at your Ford dealer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit Financing. 72 months at $13.89 per month per $1,000 financed, regardless of down payment, is available on 18 model year F-150, excludes Raptor. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 1/2/19. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for qualifications and complete details.
Action Sertoma needs your help. Action Sertoma is a local service organization that helps developmentally disabled individuals and needs people and organizations to volunteer your time or assist with fundraising efforts. Action Sertoma is a not-for-profit club formed in 1967 to raise funds in support of the less fortunate in our community and to provide opportunities that empower individuals with disabilities to achieve personal success. Most of the money that's raised goes directly to the 2 Sertoma centers in Alsip, Illinois, and serves over 1,500 individuals every day. Action Sertoma also supports the Sertoma Speech and Hearing Center and other worthy organizations. Consider helping Action Sertoma by supporting their events and volunteering. You'll be making a positive difference in the lives of others that need assistance and have the satisfaction of giving back and providing those with disabilities a better life. Visit Action Sertoma online at actionsertoma.org and visit their Facebook page. That's actionsertoma.org, providing service to mankind for over 50 years.
Give the gift for everyone you love with a DNA kit from 23andMe. This holiday season, go to 23andme.com/gift and get 30% off each kit. Offer ends December 25th.
7:07. Let's get an update on the morning roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
394 northbound traffic is stop and go Sauk Trail to 30 due to a crash. About 8-inch delay start at Niles Center. 26 minutes like Cook to Montrose outbound 25 on Kennedy. 38 minutes O'Hare to downtown. 16 from Montrose. 12 on the Express. Outbound 42 minutes to the airport. Right lane and exit Foster are closed. Wreck. Eisenhower. 42 minutes. 390 to downtown. Outbound 41. Stevenson, 50 minutes, 355 to the drive, outbound 36. Ryan is 25 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 20 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop 426. Northbound tri-state delays from the Stevenson to 47th, Reagan Tollway to North Avenue, and Balmoral to the Toohey Toll after a medical emergency. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center, here's our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Colder, plenty of sun today, high 39. It'll be clear tonight, low 24. Sunny day tomorrow, high 44. Clouds on Wednesday with a high 44. Rain Thursday, high 45. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560. The Answer.
33 at O'Hare. Next news, 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Make sure to check out the Income Store live video stream of today's show right now at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
But baby, it's cold outside.
Got to go
But
away.
baby, it's
Is this the
cold
politically
outside.
correct version? Oh no, this is the original. This is the bad evil version.
I'll take your da-da-da-da-da. I forgot all the words.
So did I, but they're politically incorrect.
Really can't stay. Baby, it's... I'm going to do the female part this year.
That
right?
voice belongs to Bruce Wolf, who is here all week filling in for Dan Proft, and we will be working on our song. I think we should open it up. Marcus Brown had the suggestion. Open it up on social media as to what song we should sing on
Sure.
Friday at 8:35 for our annual song. I know our executive producer, Keith Conrad, loves when we practice. It's his favorite time of the year because we practice every free moment that we have when we're together. But there has been an attack on Christmas lately. I don't know if you saw this, but some people think that Santa, they polled, should Santa be a female or gender neutral? And some people thought that 30% said yes, modernize Santa and brand Santa to be gender neutral or as a female. Because times are changing because women are more in charge now. So Santa should be a woman.
If she's a woman, can she be a ho-ho-ho?
They surveyed 4,000 people on the Jolly Man himself, and the 4,000 people in the United States and the United Kingdom, and 30% of the people said Santa should be gender neutral. I want my Santa, the original Santa. I want him a man, and I want him to be big with a white beard and a jolly man. I do not need a gender neutral Santa.
And should he be a thin anorexic Santa as well? Because they're not represented either.
The manorexics?
Yeah.
Yeah. Slim, more fit, an Atkins diet Santa.
No cookies for me this year. Just a small little palm-sized piece of a breast of chicken.
Yes. Well, we do have a heavy-hitting show. At 7:35 this morning, David Krupa will be there. He's the college kid who scored a tremendous victory over the Madigan machine. He'll join us at 7:37. And then at 8 o'clock, of course, we'll talk about the end of Obamacare and what it means for millions of people who have that health care. Do you have Obamacare?
No.
Do you have
old.
any type of
I'm
coverage?
Old. I'm an old guy.
Well,
I don't
know
need
you're
that.
old.
You're taking care of me now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we're taking a break from the hard stuff to talk about Dial-A-Carol. Are you familiar with that?
I do this regularly. You're talking about Carol Marine, right?
No, Dial-A-Carol.
I asked for a political,
It's
a
students
leftist opinion, and she spits
students
one out.
from University of Illinois, and you call them up, and they take requests. So this is what happened last year.
Thank you for calling Dial-A-Carol. May I ask who I'm speaking with?
Justin,
And what song would you like to hear?
I'd like to hear Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. I can definitely do that. Are you ready?
Oh, yes.
All right. Feliz Navidad.
And she sings the song.
Bum. Feliz
But I don't know if
Navidad.
Justin asked her out on a date
Feliz
after this.
Navidad.
Justin,
Prospero
did you?
años, felicidad.
Oh, see, he doesn't have his mic ready.
She sounded cute.
Feliz Navidad.
She does.
She's got the full orchestration,
Feliz
too.
Navidad. Bum, 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 bum.
All right, that's great. So we have with us this morning Bradley Hoo-Ha. I think I pronounced his name correctly.
That's how I say it.
Hi, Bradley Hoo-Ha. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Are
So
you
having me on here.
Are you the son or
boy.
of Camptown Races?
What?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not.
Camptown Ladies or Races. Sing this song, Hoo-Ha. That's an interesting surname that you have, Bradley.
Yeah. I get that. I get that a lot.
Sure.
And,
You didn't need
I've
to get
also
it from
been
me.
asked,
What
I've also been asked where, what country of origin it's from,
Yeah.
and I really should get around to asking.
Oh, you don't know? You haven't done DNA testing or Ancestry.com or any of that?
No, not yet.
But it's interesting that he has the name Bradley Hoo-Ha.
Bradley,
You would
that's-
expect him to have the name Yaha Hoo-Ha.
So, Bradley, tell us about the Dial-A-Carol and how many members there are.
Like, how many members are participating?
Yeah.
Are you
How
like
it
the whole
works.
thing? Are you doing the whole operation?
Yeah. So I'm one of the coordinators on Dial-A-Carol. We have been meeting since early October to help plan for this through marketing and just strategies for how we want the event to proceed. And then in terms of volunteers, obviously since it's during finals week, students are a little bit pressed for time, so they might not be able to volunteer as much as they want. But there are times when we could get upwards of 10 people singing at once.
Wow.
Cool. Well, now in this politically correct world, can you sing the songs? I mean, if you sang I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, that could be subjecting minors to something inappropriate. The Christmas song Open Fire, that promotes pollution. Holly Jolly Christmas, Kiss Her Once for Me, unwanted advances. I mean, have you had to curtail how you sing songs?
No, not really. Because it's by request. So, I mean, I think personally it depends on just like what the person calling wants. I mean, if they would like something about a song to be changed when we sing it, then like we could definitely do that. And we try our best when outreaching through media to be to be inclusive, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you had to change any of the words? I mean, have people said, I want you to sing White Christmas, but don't say white? Instead, say
No,
Snowy
not yet.
Christmas?
Not yet.
Amy, why don't you ask the gentleman, Mr. Hoo-Ha, why don't you ask him to sing a carol or a selection of a carol, because I don't think we have enough time for an entire carol.
Well, here's the deal. So, Bradley, if we get you started singing one, can we stop you and then have you sing another song?
Yeah, right. We just
Because we're impatient. It'd be like if you're listening to the radio and you like the song, but you kind of want to hear something different,
Right,
so you
we like
keep
to
pressing the
change
seek
stations.
button.
Yeah.
Like during a call?
Yeah. Is that all right? Or
No, we're asking
wait,
you
let me-
right now.
yeah.
Will you sing? What carol would you like him to sing? Like 2 lines of, just to get a little taste of it.
You know what? I'm going to go with Jingle Bell Rock.
Okay, there you go. Can you do that, Bradley?
Yeah, I could get Jingle Bell Rock going.
Okay.
Just like 2 lines.
Yeah,
right?
a couple of
Yeah, a
lines.
few. Yeah, maybe a
couple lines.
whole verse
Yeah.
with the refrain.
All right. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing
Yeah.
a bushel of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so
That's
nice.
good.
That's so nice. I have a request. Bradley, you've never had this request probably. I would like to do a duet with you, if I might.
He's
Okay?
already cheating on me. It's
No.
Monday.
And maybe Amy
No,
could
no,
Amy could
that's
join
right.
in.
You have
No,
your
you
moment
could
with
join
Brad.
in. You
No,
could be with
I'm
Bradley.
fine.
It could be a triet. It could be a trio. You and Amy can do Silent Night. I want to do the Simon and Garfunkel, what's called the 7 o'clock news, which
What
was
is
on their
that?
album. It's Silent Night as the bed, but then you hear the news over, and I'm going to do the news part. But you sing Silent Night
With
in the
me?
background.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So go
So,
ahead. You
all right.
start.
Hey, wait,
you-
Bradley,
yeah,
can
I'll
you
do-
harmonize? So if I start harmonizing with you, would it throw you off?
I mean, I don't know how well it'll work over the phone, but I mean, we could try.
All right, let's give it a shot.
All right, let's give it a go. Okay.
All right.
I went to
the-
Iowa. I was in show choir, but I was an old gold
And
singer.
I was a broadcast major, so I'd like to do the 7 o'clock news. Okay.
I'll start then on the count of 3.
Oh, sure. Yeah, right.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Silent night.
This is the early evening edition of the news. The recent fight in the House of Representatives was over the open housing section of the Civil Rights Bill. Brought traditional enemies together, but it left the defenders of the measure without the voters of the strongest supporters. President Johnson originally proposed an outright ban covering discrimination by everyone for every type of housing, but it had no chance from the start, and everyone in Congress knew it. A compromise was painfully worked out of the House Judiciary Committee. In Los Angeles today, comedian Lenny Bruce died of what was believed to be an overdose of narcotics. Bruce was 42 years old. Dr. Martin Luther King.
In heavenly peace.
That's great. That's
All right, Bradley, what year are you there at U of I?
I'm a sophomore.
Awesome. So you did this last year, too?
Yep. At first, I wasn't particularly interested in doing it because, I mean, freshman year, first semester,
Well, you're
you
busy.
really don't know what to expect for finals. But as it went going, it was pretty interesting.
All right.
And
Are
I
you from
stuck to it.
Northwest Suburbs?
Yeah, I am from Oak Park.
All right. Did you go to Oak Park River Forest or Fenton? Or
Yep.
Fenwick? Both
Oak
Park.
Both of them.
The Who went to Oak Park. The Ha went to Fenton.
Well, thank you so much, Bradley. We really appreciate it.
All right, well, yeah. Thank you so much
Bradley.
for having me here.
Thank
again.
you.
That's great.
Very nice.
And Bradley
Nice young
Hoo-Ha
man.
joined us on our Turnkey.pro answer line.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
This is Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. Lots of people would have told you to abort that baby. You didn't do that. I know that was hard. I want you to know that no matter what, I know that you always did the best you knew how to do, and look how it turned out. Those are the touching words Oprah Winfrey used to say goodbye to her mother who passed away on Thanksgiving Day this year. Look how it turned out indeed. Vernita Lee's daughter is now a billionaire, instantly identified the world over by the mere utterance of her first name. Oprah may not preach what her mom practiced, but thankfully more Americans are choosing Vernita Lee's example over her daughter's. In the last decade, abortions in the United States have declined 25%, according to the CDC. Even as secular humanism has poisoned so many American institutions, sacred and civic, prayer warriors, Planned Parenthood defectors, and the pregnancy centers who tend to families in crisis are winning hearts and minds. As we celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ, we should also celebrate that the culture of life is beating back cultural Marxism.
Winners don't wait for chances. They take them, seizing opportunities that come their way, having the courage necessary to make the game-winning play when it's all on the line. It's what sets us apart from the rest. Your home for Husky basketball is right here on the Northern Illinois Husky Sports Network.
The Huskies take on the Western Illinois Leathernecks tonight at 8. Don't miss a minute of NIU basketball on AM 560, The Answer.
Every business has two major goals, right? Bigger profits and lower operating costs. Well, while ComEd might not be able to help you directly grow your profits, they can help you lower your operating costs with instant discounts on energy-efficient LEDs. You'll save money right now, and you'll save again later on your energy bills. For instant discounts and other lighting solutions from the ComEd Energy Efficiency Program, visit ComEd.com/lighting solutions. ComEd, powering lives.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I had cancer. I have fibromyalgia. I have nerve damage and fatigue. I have thalassemia. I'm hypoglycemic. So my life since cancer, I've had to learn how to live with it. But starting Balance of Nature, I felt it the first month. I felt different. It made such a difference that now I wake up, my head feels clearer, I have more energy. Very rarely does my body cramp up anymore. It's the best thing. It's just amazing. I don't know what to say. I just would not be what I am today if I didn't start Balance of Nature.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
In Chicago, Richard Speck, accused murderer of 9 student nurses, was brought before a grand jury today for indictment. The nurses were found stabbed and strangled in their Chicago apartments.
I know all the lyrics.
In Washington, the atmosphere was tense today as a special
Subcommittee of the House Committee on American Activities
Oh, you have this
its
memory.
probe into anti-Vietnam War protests. Demonstrators were forcibly evicted from the hearings when they began chanting anti-war slogans. Former Vice President Richard Nixon. Yeah, I know all the words.
Increase in the present war effort in Vietnam. The U.S. should look
That is really, I've never heard this song before. You know that? Was this popular back in the day, Grandpa Bruce? Tell us what it was like, please.
Well, let's put it this way.
Yeah.
It was relevant at the time to talk about the 8 student nurses that Richard Speck
Oh,
had
yeah.
killed. 9 student nurses.
What year was that? Because I remember being
Like
scared.
65.
Oh, there was another serial killer after that, and I remember always being scared, going to sleep
John
at
Wayne
night.
Gacy?
No, he was. Well, I was familiar with his work because 2 bodies found it were washed up
Ted
in the
Bundy?
Des Plaines River. Ted Bundy. What? The Ted Bundy. Refresh my memory. He killed how many people?
I don't know. I don't know.
May he rest in peace, and I wouldn't mind it too bad if he burned in hell.
Thank you. None of those were committed in Elmwood Park, so I don't know.
No,
but they were
none of
near
them
there.
were.
They were near there.
Really looking forward to 7:35 this morning because we have David Krupa. He's a 19-year-old kid from DePaul, just a college student who's running against the machine. He's running against incumbent alderman who's backed by Mike Madigan,
Sure.
and they were in court Saturday. So that story is going to be.
That's usually the only people you can get to run against the Madigan machine. I remember
young-
Dan and I years ago, we interviewed this young woman,
Mhm.
and she was so nice. She came in and she had a little notebook that she had written notes on, and cursive.
Was she running against Madigan?
It was against Madigan. She had no
Oh,
chance or anything
she
like
was
that.
The Hispanic?
I can't
girl?
remember.
No.
There's always somebody who's about 12 years old who's
who
running
was just
against
a
Madigan.
newcomer, and
Yeah.
she had her tires slashed. No, I remember her. She had her tires slashed, and her brother kept getting picked up by the police, and
I
They
just
made their life HE double hockey sticks.
I just love how they make sure they snuff them out before they even reach majority age.
Well,
That's how good that machine
I mean,
is.
this kid's not even old enough to buy a beer, and there are threats made to his life. We'll go over his whole story and how he won on Saturday.
And if he's related to Gene Krupa.
Oh, okay.
You know who Gene Krupa was?
No.
Great drummer, jazz drummer.
Really? From Chicago?
Well, how many Krupas are there? I haven't heard of the name Krupa other than Gene Krupa and this guy. Got to be related.
Hope that you've heard about Food for the Poor. It's our campaign this holiday season. Our goal is to provide food for a year, water for life for 3,000 children and adults in Haiti. And what I love about Food for the Poor is that they are, if they were not located in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, Bruce, tens of thousands of kids would be dead. They are everything. They don't have a government to help them. They are on their own. And Food for the Poor has been doing that, just helping those less fortunate for years. And because the infant mortality rate is astonishing in Haiti. Here is Todd Chapman from Food for the Poor.
I was just reading some statistics about infant mortality in the developing world overall, but Haiti, being one of the 3 poorest countries in the world, a lot of times, and we've actually met moms, they're holding a little infant, they're at one of our care centers, and you ask, what's your baby's name? And they'll say, haven't named the baby yet. Not uncommon, because they actually don't want to name their infant until it has survived for, maybe 3, 4, 5 months, because they lose so many kids that it's kind of a bit of a protection mechanism, because if you don't name it, maybe the loss isn't so severe. But yeah, it's a level of poverty that, frankly, well, you've seen it. It's kind of mind-bending the first time you see it. I'll never forget the first time I walked into that poverty. And thankfully, every time I go, it still, hits me between the eyes, because the second I stop feeling it as a human being, then I just never want to get to that point. And I guess what I want our AM 560 listeners to know is, number one, thank you if you've participated in past campaigns. You've made a huge difference. But number two, we can't fix everything in the world, but we can make the world a better place for one child, one family. And this is the time of year, I think, when we all think in that direction.
And last year when I went to a village, it's near the border of Dominican Republic, it was called Savan Cabritz, and the streets, I mean, you talk about bumpy roads, it takes hours to get anywhere because of the infrastructure, because the roads are they're just not maintained. It's awful. But at this village, people were living in huts, and there was no clean water. The one canal that they had, you'd see animals in there defecating. You'd see kids in there swimming, and then you'd see girls taking water to bring back to the house to drink.
Not potable.
No. So here's the thing. Savan Cabritz, and now because of your donations last year, within 28 days, Bruce, that's all it took, 28 days, they rebuilt the village, and they have clean running water. If you can see the before and after, and I was shocked. And when I saw the video, I could not stop crying, because it was unbelievable, because they said they were going to help, and they did it so quickly. They don't mess around. Food for the Poor, 95 cents of your dollar goes directly to Food for the Poor. And we were asking for a one-time contribution of $80. Just make a donation on behalf of a well-fed child or grandchild. The number to call is 844-862-HOPE. That's 844-862-4673. But to really make a difference, we'd like you to become a business benefactor. And Bruce, do you want to tell us about the business benefactor program?
We have this special program for business owners or anyone involved in marketing a business. It's called the Business Benefactor Program. With the program, any business that makes a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor will receive 40 60-second commercials Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. on AM 560, The Answer. For a business that wants to be involved in this program, here's how you do it. You call sales manager Anjanette Netkowski directly at 847-472-8951, 847-472-8951, and ask for the Business Benefactor Program.
All right, and thank you in advance for your generosity. It means so much, because we're near the finish line, but we need to make our way over it. Quickly, let's go to Mike, who joins us from Mokina. Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Well, good morning. I'm doing great, thank you, and hope you are too. I just wanted Bruce to know that there was another Krupa that I'm aware of. His name is Joe Krupa. He played football for Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers?
And after he retired from football, he went to Libby Elementary School on 53rd and Loomis across from Sherman Park as a gym teacher, and he was my gym teacher in the 50s.
Really? So, in other words, the NFL retirement program was not as great back in the 50s as it is now.
Well, being a gym teacher in a public school, I don't think was too bad.
Oh, it's pretty darn good.
The pension's
Pretty
the best.
good. Oh, the pensions are fantastic.
All right, thanks, Mike, so
Thank
much.
you.
So
Thank
now-
you. So there are 3 Krupas that we know.
Well, we're going to ask about. We're going to say the first question to David Krupa: is your mom a jazz drummer, and is your father a former NFL player, Joe Krupa, or your great grandfather?
Sure.
Okay.
Those are the important questions to ask of an aldermanic candidate.
Yes, and we'll have him coming up at 7:37 after we check in with Mike Scott. He joins us from the newsroom.
Sunshine this morning, 32 degrees, 7:30 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. President is looking over the case this morning of a former U.S. service member charged with the murder of a suspected Taliban bomb maker responsible for the deaths of 2 Marines. The president said he's reviewing the case of Major Matthew Goldstein, who could face the death penalty. Former FBI Director James Comey will be back in front of GOP lawmakers today on Capitol Hill. Republican leaders requested the closed-door testimony despite already questioning him about a decision not to prosecute Hillary Clinton for her emails. The president names an acting chief of staff after multiple people turned down that job. Mick Mulvaney, who currently serves as Office of Management and Budget Director, has been chosen for the job that's normally highly desirable. However, Mulvaney has had a few harsh things to say about the president than candidate Trump in 2016.
Yes, I'm supporting Donald Trump. I'm doing so as enthusiastically as I can, given the fact I think he's a terrible human being. But the choice on the other side is just as bad.
Mulvaney also called Trump disgusting in a deleted Facebook post from around the same time. Investors will keep a close eye on pharmaceutical giant Johnson & Johnson stock today after it tanked. Freefall came after a report alleging the company knew for decades that its baby powder had trace amounts of asbestos in it. Reuters says the asbestos information was found in a lawsuit claiming the product can be linked to ovarian cancer. The 2 biggest branches of the biggest order of Catholic priests are expected to release the names of those priests accused of sexually abusing minors today. The Midwest and Maryland branches of the Jesuits are expected to release their list of abusive priests dating back more than 60 years. One of those priests is Donald O'Shaughnessy, accused of repeatedly raping a boy at a private Catholic school in the Chicago suburbs. Bears are NFC North champions, clinching the division with a 24-17 win over the rival Packers at Soldier Field. Federal government sending nearly $14 million to this state to replace old lead water line pipes. The money will go to those communities that have well-known lead problems like Galesburg, Kankakee, and parts of the city of Chicago. After the Bears win, safety Eddie Jackson underwent testing on a sprained right ankle. Blackhawk goalie Corey Crawford dealing with another severe concussion after the Hawks lost to San Jose 7-3. The news, a service of Peloton, the perfect gift for them and you. There's still a chance to give the gift of a Peloton bike. When you order the bike by 12/20, you get a free welcome gift. So you still have Peloton under the tree this holiday. See onepeloton.com. That's onepeloton.com, or visit them at 520 Michigan Avenue, Oakbrook Center, and Westfield, Old Orchard. 7:33, and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager says we have reason to worry for our democracy.
This indictment, he may have paid off or asked his lawyer to pay off people and then violated campaign finance law. I am afraid for my country. What we are seeing here is exactly what happens in the third world, where powers use their government for political ends.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
Do your gums bleed? Have you been told that you have gum disease? Are you missing teeth? The doctors at Perio Care can help. This is Dr. Russell Sakala, and I am a periodontist. I specialize in the treatment of gum disease to save teeth and dental implants to replace missing teeth. Did you know that gum disease has been linked to a variety of other health problems, including heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and increases the risk of premature birth? The good news is the doctors at Perio Care are specialists in the area of treating gum disease and the placement of dental implants. We treat the whole patient and use the most contemporary treatment options that best fit your condition. Our primary goal is to restore your dental health and replace missing teeth to maintain your general health. I'm a veteran and I support veterans. Perio Care offers a discount for those who have served. Perio Care, where a healthy smile means a healthy body. For a consultation, call 773-631-0344 or visit us at periocare.com.
If you're not pleased with your child's progress this school year, now's the time to consider enrolling your son or daughter in St. John's Northwestern Military Academy. With an ongoing enrollment program, it's never too late. For years, St. John's Northwestern Military Academy has served young men and is now an excellent co-ed environment. Not a school for troubled kids, but one that will prepare young men and women for college by focusing on rigorous academics and leadership with a safe, secure, and structured environment free from distractions that's conducive to successful learning. St. John's Northwestern Military Academy in the beautiful Lake Country region of southeast Wisconsin inspires personal growth through a commitment to excellence in academics, spiritual and character development, athletics, and their military traditions. Find out more about St. John's Northwestern Military Academy ongoing enrollment. Call 1-800-SJ-CADET. That's 1-800-SJ-CADET. Or visit their website, sjnma.org. That's sjnma.org.
7:36. Let's get an update on the roads now in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Northbound Tri-State traffic is stop and go from the 83rd Street Toll Plaza to Ogden, and it's heavy from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue and from the Adams Tollway to the Toohey Toll Plaza. But Adams Tollway, it's slow lead to the Tri-State. Northbound Veterans Memorial, Army Trail to 290. Edens runs 21 minutes like Cook to Montrose, outbound 33. Kennedy, 45 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 44. The exit Foster remains closed, crash. Eisenhower, 42 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 42 as well. Stevenson is 55 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 38. Ryan, 26 minutes, 95 to downtown. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop 425. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, colder day ahead, plenty of sunshine, a high near 39. Currently 32. Next news coming up at 8, and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Make sure to check out the Income Store live video stream of today's show right now at 560theanswer.com.
Listen to podcasts of Joe Walsh and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on the AM 560 mobile
can't
app.
touch
Download it today
him.
at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Can't touch 19-year-old David Krupo. The machine tried. Good morning, Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf filling in for Dan Proft all week. The story about David Krupa. He needed 473 valid signatures of ward residents to get on the ballot to challenge the incumbent, Marty Quinn, who is backed by Mike Madigan, of course. And a crew of mysterious political workers filed 2,796 petitions of revocation of signature.
So there were only 1,729 signatures in favor of Mr. Krupa, but somehow there were 2,000 against it. Let me ask you this question.
So how
Threshold
did that
question.
happen?
Which is the more Chicago phenomenon? Tommy the Hawk, the mascot of the Chicago Blackhawks, getting into a fight.
Oh, I saw that.
With a fan.
Well, that fan from Winnipeg hit him first.
Well, right, but the mascot getting into a fight and doing a pretty good job acquitting himself quite well. Which is the more Chicago thing? That or more signatures revoking their signatures for a petition then there were signatures in favor of it to begin with. I don't know which is the greater Chicago phenomenon.
They did that clearly because they're scared, because they think Marty Quinn is in a fragile place right now. And Marty Quinn, when asked, because he rarely makes public statements, this is why Krupa is doing well.
So I guess the better question is a self-described day one Trump supporter gets 1,700 signatures in the 13th ward without being disingenuous? That's the question that comes to my mind. Have a good day, guys.
And the signatures.
I don't even understand the question.
Well, it's just he's saying that he's bad because he voted for Trump. Ooh, we're not bad people. And this is a friendly environment for David Krupa, who joins us now on our Turnkey.pro answer line. And you had scored a big victory over the weekend on Saturday. Tell us what happened. And welcome back to the show, David. David, are you there? Let's try and get David. Is David on the line? Okay, David.
Madigan's people have silenced him once again.
Have they cut down the phone lines?
Yes.
They have. Oh,
there he is.
No, there he is. Now he's gone again. Let's try it again. Hold on. Hey, David, are you there? No, we'll get back to him. But basically, okay, David, are you here now?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, hi. We were worried that Madigan cut the phone lines. So tell us what happened on Saturday.
Well, on Saturday it was a very big win for us and an embarrassment to Madigan's machine. Well, let me phrase it this way.
Yeah.
My lawyer had gotten a call from Michael Casper, Madigan's go-to attorney, actually a few hours before the hearing. And Michael Casper said, quote, "You won," and dropped the objection to our petition. And it was huge for me and huge for the 13th Ward community, because this is the first time in 30 years that someone has managed to get on the ballot against Madigan's chosen alderman. And I'm truly humbled to be that person.
That is
so
fantastic.
He hasn't even had a challenger in 30 years?
30 years.
Oh, my
Mr. Krupa, my name is Bruce Wolf.
And stay away from him. And if he offers you candy, you say no, and you don't get in the white van.
Take pictures in candy. I'm a lovable man. No, don't worry about it. It's a pleasure to talk to you, Mr. Krupa. I certainly wouldn't have had the guts at your age or even in my dotage to run against the machine, but you're doing it. However, they're immediately going after your personal life, and you haven't even had a chance to have much of a personal life because you're not even old enough to drink. But they went after you, didn't they, about some kind of teenage relationship where there was a temporary restraining order against you? Could you explain that from your side of the fence?
Right. So there were false allegations filed against me when I was 16, 17 years old. They were totally unfounded, and they were proven to be false, and the judge vacated the order. I had an interview with CBS the other day, and I had also pointed out that my ex-girlfriend is an intern for the Madigan Quinn Service Office, and I don't think it's quite a coincidence that they pulled it out right before they dropped my objection.
Now, just to understand this.
Wait. Your ex-girlfriend she's an intern for Madigan and Quinn?
Yes.
So just to get people up to snuff on this, because we don't all follow 13th Ward politics as much. We follow 14th Ward a lot because what happened with Burke. But here's the thing. She sought a restraining order, or her father did, against you when you were a teenager. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes. Her father filed an emergency order of protection against me and put a bunch of false accusations on there because he didn't think that his daughter was mentally ready for a relationship. So it really didn't have anything
So it wasn't
to do
about
with
what
me.
you did. It's just that dads don't want their girls to be dating teenage boys. I mean, that's natural.
I filed a class action on behalf of all my daughters.
See,
so I
Bruce
get
is-
that.
he knows.
Pops are litigious.
Why are you surprised that this didn't come out earlier?
A little bit, because I knew they've had it for a while, but they were saving it for the right moment, and I guess the right moment was on Thursday to save themselves the embarrassment of everything that they've been doing and everything they planned on doing.
Look, and I hate to get into the weeds on this,
boy.
Mr. Krupa, but I mean,
Is
did
your mom
you
a
do?
jazz drummer?
Well, we do want to know that. It would be his dad, because Gene
his
Krupa
dad.
was a man.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, maybe he was
That's
the
a
first
woman.
cross-dressing jazz drummer. I don't know, but that's beside the point for a second. I hate to get into the weeds on this, but I mean, was there a scintilla of evidence against you that would justify going into court to and join you from seeing this girl back when you were even a younger teenager than you are now, Mr. Krupa?
Well, let me put it this way. Don't take my word for it. Look at it like this. If there was even a little bit of evidence as to prove any of those claims, I would have had that order of protection on me faster than anyone could have said anything. Because some of the things that are written on there are so disgusting and so kind of disparaging that any judge who has any common sense at all would have put that order of protection on me. But she said there was no proof, and they were actually proven to be false.
And
so she
to
vacated it.
close the book on this whole thing, Mr. Krupa, did you learn a life lesson that you should never date a liberal Democrat? Did you learn that?
Oh, will you stop? He's
I don't know if I learned that lesson, but I can tell you that I do have quite a higher sense about me when I'm picking my girlfriends, and the one that I have now is wonderful.
Yeah, and that's
Very
so
nice.
sweet. But it's a youthful indiscretion. You're 16, 17 years old.
There's
It's
not
like,
even a
it's like Kyle
discretion.
Murray when they brought up his tweets from when
There's
he was
not
16.
even a
It's so
discretion. I mean, this
stupid.
man has been slandered.
All right, so since we've spoken with you last, have you had any more threats, anything else, any ward bosses knocking on your door, or any flat tires, anything you want to tell us about?
Well, actually, some of the people from Madigan's organization made fake Facebook accounts and started harassing myself and people in my neighborhood. But after the hearing was dropped on Saturday, all of their fake and real Facebook accounts were deleted, almost as if they were told to delete them. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Can I
And what were they writing on these Facebook posts?
Well, actually, one Facebook account who we have actually evidence to believe that it was Kevin Quinn himself called a neighborhood cop a half-wit and asked another neighborhood cop if he had something mentally wrong with him. So they were harassing the neighbors and saying all these kinds of horrible things. And I have screenshots and evidence to prove it because there was somebody very close to Kevin Quinn who actually gave me this information.
Wow, could we even get to the substance, like
Goodness.
what's your aldermanic
Why are
reign?
you running from home?
Well, what's your? I mean, for example, if I were running, and far be it from me to tell you what to do because you certainly have more guts, chutzpah, panache than I will ever have. But I would say, I'm merely Rahm Emanuel's envoy in the city council now. I, too, favor a constitutional amendment so that we can get pensions straight, and we've got to go against the Chicago teachers. What do you think of that?
Yeah. No, I think some of the three biggest issues that we have is security and getting the crime down, the pension crisis, and our property taxes.
Yep.
And I'm going to be putting my platform up on my website very soon so that everybody can read it and know where I stand on the issues. And I think that, just to touch on that a little bit, the pension thing, we need to have a total overhaul of the pension system. We need to rewrite it, but put a grandfather clause in for the people who are close or already receiving pensions, because it's not going to sustain itself the way that it's written right now. And as it's going, widowers, and city workers are getting their pensions decreased every year by city council, and we can't have people's financial futures being unstable. That's not going to happen.
All right, that's too much substance for one conversation, Mr. Krupa. We do have to answer the question that that was the threshold consideration, because we do want to get into your background more. Are you, in fact, related to the great jazz drummer Gene Krupa?
You know what? I had a great uncle named Gene, but he wasn't the Gene.
What about a former NFL player, Joe Krupa? Are you related to Joe Krupa, who later on became a gym teacher in Chicago?
I'm afraid I'm not. I'm not related to Joe.
Okay, but you do have a GoFundMe page set up. Do you want to tell us about that and why you set it up?
Sure.
For your legal fees to fight the machine?
Right. Well, we did encounter a couple of actually quite a bit of legal fees fighting the machine, but we have that GoFundMe set up now to not only help with the legal fees, but to help with the rest of the campaign moving forward. Madigan is going to send out mailers probably 3 times a day for the past 2 weeks, for the previous 2 weeks to the election, and we need to fight the mailers and all the literature and the door knocking that they're going to come out with us against us rather. So in order to best kind of fight that, we need to come out with some of our own literature and get our message out. And that's what a lot of the donations are going to be going towards now.
Mr. Krupa, I have a prediction to make, okay? I believe that in the year 2040, incumbent Governor Dan Proft is going to realize that he can't win, even though he secured the nomination, and he is going to secretly offer to step down and have you run in his stead against J.B. Pritzker the 15th. That is my prediction of what's going to happen in 2040, Mr. Krupa.
Okay.
Agree? Disagree?
Pritzker family must have their kids very young if they're going to hit the 15th generation in 2040.
So, David, where can we find out more information about your campaign? What's your website?
So the website is davidkrupa.com. We just put some stuff on there last night. Like I said, we're getting to the platform. And then my Facebook page is David Krupa for Alderman-13th Ward. And the GoFundMe is on both of those places if anybody would like to help contribute into the fight against Madigan and machine politics. And if anybody wants to stay updated, they can certainly follow one of those pages, and we will provide those updates.
Well, congratulations. I'm glad you didn't have to go before a judge because they said you won an hour before the hearings were to begin. So congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, you're terrific. It's like when you meet a math genius. You know, they were all like 15, 16, if you haven't hit it by that age. And, he's so poised, takes my idiocy and just deflects it. This guy's got savvy.
And if I lived in the 13th Ward, you would have my vote, definitely. So thank you very much, David Krupa, and we'll have you back.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe out there. And David Krupa joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Get ready to make range day more awesome. Here's the perfect gift for the gun owner on your list or for yourself, a Hackett Equipment Range backpack. The Hackett Equipment Range backpack comes in 3 styles of Covert quality range backpacks that hold 2 to 4 pistols and carry a lifetime warranty. There's also an attachable rifle bag, tactical shooting glasses, all at affordable prices. You can even join the Hackett Equipment Army with a Hackett Equipment Pocket Pistol t-shirt. Hackett Equipment is a Chicago-based company that shares your values, and they'd like to share a smoking hot discount just for AM 560 listeners. Get 20% off all Hackett Equipment online products for a limited time with promo code AM 560. Plus, all orders over $100 receive free shipping on top of your 20% discount. Make trips to the shooting range easier and more fun by taking everything you need for a day at the range hands-free. Visit gunrangebags.com and see for yourself why Hackett Equipment bags have endless 5-star reviews. Have a blast at the shooting range and save 20% plus free shipping on orders over $100 with promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560.
Sell it, Brucey. This is you.
Yeah.
What you got?
Guys, check this out. Gals, step aside. There's a brand new technology that's going to drive your wife or girlfriend wild this Christmas. It's probably not what you're thinking. It's even better. It's called Micro Velvet, created by the PJ experts at Pajamagram, and it's found only in their Tempting Touch PJs. Tempting Touch PJs are the softest and most luxurious pajamas ever imagined. Because they're addictively soft, they beg to be touched. She's going to love the way they feel, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, you don't have to wrap because every Pajamagram includes free gift packaging, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. Thousands of men, just like you, have made their loved ones happy by giving them Tempting Touch PJs. You can too, but you need to get these amazing PJs today because they sell out fast. So here's what you do. It's easy. Go to pajamagram.com right now or call 1-800-GIVE-PJS. That's pajamagram.com and tell them Dan and Amy sent you.
Dashing through the snow, to CVS we go. They're open all day long for beauty brands and bows. Lights to dress the tree and stocking gifts galore. Candy, cards, and photo gifts and deals throughout the store. At CVS Pharmacy, we've got all the little things you need this holiday. Plus, select CVS Pharmacy stores now offer extended hours. This week, Hershey's Kisses are 2 for $6 and holiday photo cards are 30% off online. Dash to CVS Pharmacy today. Restrictions apply. See cvs.com/weekly ad for details.
Hey, Dad. I wanted to remind you that the holidays are close. Real close. And Mom and I don't need wool socks again. At Helzberg, you can get jewelry for Mom and get a free Nintendo Switch system for me. 2 gifts in one trip. I'm not saying you're a last-minute shopper, but I'm not saying that either.
Get gifts that give gifts at Hellsberg Diamonds, like a free Nintendo Switch system when you spend $1,199 or more. Hellsberg Diamonds, a Berkshire Hathaway company. Limited time offer while supplies last. See online or in-store for details. Games sold separately.
Hey guys, Ken here from the award-winning podcast Today's Growth. If you had to choose sides, which camp would you rather be in? Would you rather have time and no money, or money and no time? Did you know that 95% of U.S. adults by choice have settled into these categories? Much more interesting is that 1 out of 20 people have built their life around achieving simultaneous control of both time and money. What choices did these 5% make that the others didn't? My friends at Income Store have shown both households and businesses how to build second, third, and even fourth revenue streams for the express purpose of gaining control of time. When it comes to helping folks create their next revenue model, both Forbes and Inc. recommend Income Store as a can't miss. Could your household or business use an additional revenue model that doesn't solely depend on you? If so, you need to check out IncomeStore.com. That's IncomeStore.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggie capsules contain 100% vine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind. And it is undeniably one of the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water, some a little higher, some a little lower. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to take out the water and air, leaving only whole food, which maintains 99.9% of its original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health. Make sense? To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
I am so out of it. I have no idea what's going on. Linda, you worked for the Sun-Times?
Yeah, she's gone right now. Yeah.
I'm so confused. Anyway, welcome back to
her channel
AM 560.
Her broadcasting career lasted 86 years, and her newspaper career lasted
a hot second.
6 months. Yeah.
Oh, I love Linda Yu.
Me too.
When she worked, remember back in the day when she worked at Channel 5?
Sure.
With Tillman was there. She was gorgeous. And she always
She
still
still
is
is.
gorgeous. Still gorgeous.
I used to, when she worked
It's
at the
not aged
ABC
a day.
building.
Beautiful woman.
When
Yeah.
I worked at WLS, and I used to see her in the elevator all the time, and the elevator doors were closing on her, and I said, Linda, I mean, you're beautiful, and are you going to work until you're 80? And as the doors closed on her, she said, I am 80. Yeah. So funny. Very funny. Linda Yu.
That's good. Well, 'tis the season for giving, and we here at AM 560 get out your folder, Bruce Wolf. Bruce Wolf, you've never been to Haiti? Have you been to any islands?
I was in Jamaica, and
Jamaica me crazy.
Though the thing is, and to me,
Yes.
to have to take the bus from Montego Bay to Ocho Rios, it's such a bumpy ride. I was nauseated. It took me.
How long?
Well,
Are you the one who made the bus pull over and get off?
When I got there, I mean, I had to lie down on the beach and be served Mai Tais for about 4 hours straight. That's how tough it
Really?
was for me.
Well, a place of
I imagine
poverty.
it's tougher for people elsewhere in the Caribbean.
Yes, like the Haiti, and comparing poverty in the U.S. to Haiti. Here's Paul Jacobs.
Raised by a single father, my dad worked 2 jobs. There was times where we went without lights. We had a summer where we had no running water in the house. Our water came from the abandoned house next door so I could fill the toilet and flush it, or so I could just wash my face in the morning. That's real. That happened to me. That was my personal experience. But if it wasn't for the local ministries, it wasn't for Gardens Baptist Church and Pastor Daryl Orman and the community rallying together to help my father and I through a very tough situation. And I suspect in Chicagoland, even in the south end of Chicago where, quite frankly, a lot of people sometimes turn a blind eye to, and it's just staggering, the poverty. There are families in these same communities we talk about here in Chicagoland that still have a roof over their head, still have safety nets, still have some type of assistance in some way. In these communities in Haiti, there is no assistance. It's food for the poor, working through your love, your gifts, and your passion to help save families' lives. And I mean that in every literal sense of the way. It is saving families' lives. With every gift, with every dollar, with every scoop of food, with every pour and glass of clean, safe water, it is truly changing the trajectory for children and families.
And that's Paul Jacobs, who grew up, in Florida. And obviously, he told you about his tough times, but still, even with tough times, they were able to siphon water off of the abandoned home next to it. It's really just a remarkable story. He's a remarkable man. He works for Food for the Poor. He's part of our campaign. He's part of the reason why we want you to donate. Become a business benefactor. If you own a business, call 847-472-8951. Ask for Anjanette, $2,500 tax-deductible donation as a way of saying thanks. We give you 40 60-second commercials. Coming up next, the end of Obamacare. But first, into the newsroom we go. Here's Mike Scott.
Sunshine today. Temperatures topping out near 40. WIND Chicago News Time is 8 o'clock.
He won't let President Trump sit down for an interview with a special counsel. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Over my dead body, but I could be dead.
Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani says the Mueller probe's gone too far, investigating business records from the 1980s. Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
Rudy Giuliani, President Trump's personal lawyer, on Fox News Sunday, continuing to slam special counsel Robert Mueller and his investigation of the president, which has now lasted for more than a year and a half.
They went from collusion to obstruction, no evidence. Now campaign finance, no violation of the law. No matter who's right about what they said, it's no violation of the law.
Last week, the president's former personal lawyer, Michael Cohen, getting a 3-year prison sentence for campaign finance violations and lying to Congress. Dave?
Johnny lied to Congress over his Russia contacts. Democrats plan to further investigate Trump business dealings when they take control in the House next year. President Trump tweeted that Michael Cohen's a rat and that the FBI illegally broke into Cohen's office in a raid in April. Now, former FBI Director James Comey tweeted back that the president is lying. Comey will be back at the Capitol next hour to face more questions in private from House Republicans about the Trump and Clinton investigations.
It's all about Jim Comey, and he thinks the rules don't apply to him. You can just go to last week, where he said he got away with not following the rules when they interviewed Mike Flynn.
GOP Congressman Jim Jordan Flynn, the former national security advisor, pleaded guilty to lying to the FBI, but an issue before tomorrow's sentencing. Flynn's claimed the FBI pushed for him not to have a lawyer present, but the special counsel responded that Flynn agreed to that and chose not to tell the truth. President Trump also tweeted Obamacare's high deductibles hurt families badly. This days after a federal judge ruled Obamacare is unconstitutional. Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer told NBC's Meet the Press,
"We're going to fight this tooth and nail."
But the president wrote a Supreme Court decision upholding the ruling would lead to great health care for Americans. This is Fox News.
Sunshine, blue skies this morning, a little chilly, 32 degrees at 8:02 on AM 560. The Answer, good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Officers have caught one suspect, but 2 others are still at large, including one who may be armed with a handgun. Police say the area in Orland Park is on high alert. Nearby schools have been placed on soft lockdown. Squad cars will also be stationed at all schools for extra security. Authorities have only vague descriptions of the suspects, who they say were wearing dark-colored hooded sweatshirts. 2 branches of the biggest order of Catholic priests are expected to release the names of priests accused of sexually abusing minors today. The Midwest and Maryland branches of the Jesuits are releasing the list. One of those on the list is Donald J. O'Shaughnessy, who's accused of repeatedly raping a boy at a private Catholic school in Chicago's suburbs. Palatine Schaumburg High School District 211 Superintendent Dan Cates has sent an email to parents and posted the same message on the district website, advising students to bring home any materials needed for class and final exams today, unless there's a resolution in the stalled contract negotiations before tomorrow's deadline. Negotiations and exchanges between the two sides continue. Boeing this morning buying a majority stake in Embraer's commercial aircraft and services operation for $4.2 billion. The joint venture announced this morning gives the Chicago-based company an 80% ownership of those operations. Embraer will keep the consent rights for a few decisions, like the transfer of all operations from Brazil to the U.S. Blackhawks scored 3 in the first. Goalie Corey Crawford dealt another concussion, and the Sharks rally with 5 straight goals in a 7-3 win at the United Center. It's 8:04, time for the AM 560 Business Beat. from the Fox Business Network, the very latest this morning.
From the Fox Business Network, Jack in the Box is looking into selling the company. It says it's held discussions with potential buyers but can't assure that a deal will be made. Jack in the Box says it hasn't set a deadline for the sale. Google says it plans to double its New York-based workforce to more than 14,000 employees over the next decade, and it's taking over a large office building on the city's west side, south of Greenwich Village. It will also have offices in 2 nearby buildings. The first employees will work there in 2020. The expansion will cost $1 billion. The Wall Street Journal says the location will be the centerpiece of a new Hudson Square campus and will be the home of Google's sales operation. Its expansion will make Google one of New York City's largest commercial tenants, but unlike Amazon, Google says it has not pursued incentives from New York. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Ginny Cosola.
8:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Hey, how would you like to have your mortgage or rent paid for an entire year? Would that qualify as a Christmas miracle? Yeah, well, it could happen if you enter and win our Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, running now through December 20th. But you can only win if you enter. And to do that, go to 560theanswer.com and search for the keyword miracle. That's 560theanswer.com. Keyword miracle to enter for a chance to have your mortgage or rent paid for all of 2019.
On AM 560 The Answer, we talk about the important issues that affect your world. Things like the economy, education, and foreign policy. There's always so much going on in the news that we don't always have the time to focus in and talk about the big ideas behind the important issues. Enter Upstream Ideas online at upstream-ideas.com. Upstream Ideas, in partnership with the Illinois Opportunity Project, provides the kind of information that informs the policy discussions happening here on AM 560. At Upstream Ideas, you'll broaden the debate, move beyond partisan assumptions, and challenge accepted beliefs. Upstream Ideas goes against the current and thinks upstream. Go online now at upstream-ideas.com. That's upstream-ideas.com. You'll be armed with new information and fresh perspectives to help encourage you to make the state of Illinois and the United States of America a bit freer, a bit more just, and a bit more civilized. Upstream-ideas.com.
When you buy a new Ford F-Series truck during our holiday sales event, you're not just buying a truck. You're sending a message to the world that says, yeah, I can help. Because now you're the friend with the Ford truck. You'll move coworkers, haul lumber, and build everything from tree houses to Serenity sheds. Now you're the one everyone counts on, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Ford F-Series, built for the holidays. Built Ford proud.
And now for a limited time, you can bring home a new F-150 with 0% financing for 72 months, only at your Ford dealer. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford Credit Financing. 72 months at $13.89 per month per $1,000 financed, regardless of down payment, is available on 18 model year F-150. Excludes Raptor. For all offers, take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by 1/2/19. See dealer or go to buyfordnow.com for qualifications and complete details.
8:07 and a check on the morning roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Northbound 394 is shut down right now between Sauk Trail and US 30. A flatbed truck lost its load. Traffic's being forced off the roadway. About Eden's 19 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 33. To Kennedy, 45 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 35. On Eisenhower, 50 minutes. 390 to downtown. 33 from Manheim, outbound 47 minutes to 390. Stevenson, an hour. 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 41 minutes. The Ryan is 28 minutes. 95th to downtown. Northbound Tri-State delays. 95th to Ogden. The Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. And the Adams Tollway to Dewey. And Reds Memorial southbound slow St. Charles to 22nd. Northbound from Boughton Toll to the Reagan Tollway. Army Trail to 290. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Sunshine, it'll be colder today, the high near 39, mainly clear tonight, low 24. Sunny for tomorrow and a high 44. Rather cloudy on Wednesday and the high once again at 44. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
Sunshine 32 at O'Hare. Your next news update is at 8:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Money Hour radio show, Saturday afternoons at 3 on AM 560, The Answer. Brought to you by Pearshell Financial Group.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
It is the end of Obamacare. A federal judge in Texas ruled it unconstitutional. So what does that mean for your health care coverage? 20 million people under Obamacare. President Trump claiming victory.
And on the assumption that the Supreme Court upholds, we will get great health care for our people. We'll have to sit down with the Democrats to do it, but I'm sure they want to do it also. Thank you very much.
It's not going to be upheld. And, I'm against Obamacare as much as anybody else, but it's not going to be upheld because, it's a pretty tricky legal argument that even my Supreme Court-worthy brain has a difficult time fathoming. But I'm sure Stephen Tucker understands not only the health ramifications, but he also understands the legal arguments.
That's why we're welcoming him back to the program. Stephen Tucker, didn't the judge rule it unconstitutional because the penalty for not having coverage was eliminated?
Good morning, Amy and Bruce. And
Good morning.
Yes, he did. Justice O'Connor out of Texas, and it was a just ruling. But remember, it's not the first time that Obamacare was ruled unconstitutional. That was back in 2012 when they ruled the individual mandate as unconstitutional. And the current Chief Justice, who still sits on the highest court in the land.
He said with contempt.
Yes, he took out an eraser, changed the word fine, and wrote in the word tax and allowed it to survive. So this justice decided to do the right thing and ruled it as unconstitutional. The concern that I have is the same 5 people that are on the highest court of the land that allowed Obamacare to survive that way in 2012 are still holding those seats today. So from this point, that ruling is going to go to an extremely conservative court in New Orleans, and it's going to be heard there again. And the chances are it'll either be struck down there or it'll survive there. My guess is survive, which means that the opposing team led by the state of California will push it all the way to the highest court in the land.
Well, let me ask you this, Stephen, because I'm only an attorney, and you're what? What are you, Stephen? Are you an attorney?
I am not an attorney.
Okay, but so
no.
that doesn't mean I know anything.
He's the founder and principal broker for healthinsurancementors.com.
Yeah, he understands Obamacare very well. I don't know that he understands.
That's why he's on the show.
What I glean from what you just said is that a lower court judge just overturned the Supreme Court of the United States. I don't think that's the way it works.
It is not the way it works, which is why it's heading back to the U.S. Supreme Court.
And so we'll have to see what Kavanaugh does.
Yes, I suspect it will survive there, and they will use severability, which they have used many times in the past, most recently in 2010, when they severed the Orwellian-sounding Public Company Accounting Oversight Board from the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. And that was stricken or severed from the rest of the law, allowing the rest of the law.
Does that have anything to do with the Glass-Steagall Act?
No.
Okay.
But anyway, it was severed. They let the law continue without that, and they basically called it unconstitutional, which it was because it removed the president's ability to remove these board members. So it gave them more power than the president of the United States, which, of course, violates our Constitution. So the U.S. Supreme Court has favored severability more and more in the past, and our new Justice Kavanaugh has actually alluded to the fact that the court must decide whether or not the individual mandate is allowed to be severed from the rest of the law. So he's already kind of hinting that that's where he will go. The truth is the law can survive without the individual mandate, although our friends on the left have argued that it's inseverable and it cannot survive without the mandate because it will hurt enrollment. However, enrollment in the exchanges has increased substantially since the individual mandate was
Yes,
repealed
and see-
in the jobs and tax cut
And
bill.
see, Stephen, Congress in 2017, in its infinite wisdom, kept Obamacare there. So what are we talking about? You're like undoing the will of the Congress if you find this unconstitutional right now. You can't. It's not going to pass. It's not going to go anywhere, and it shouldn't go anywhere if we really believe in judicial restraint. But let's get to something that's, to dollars and cents if we can. What do you say to the argument that the liberals make it all the time? 17 million people are going to lose their health insurance.
No, it's actually 20 million people.
Or whatever. I mean, what do you say to
seriously,
that?
no, what does it mean for them who have the people who have Obamacare right now? Has anything changed?
Well, nothing changed. I was up till midnight ensuring everybody had Obamacare that wanted it. So nothing's going to change for a very long time. If indeed it is struck down at the U.S. Supreme Court, which I doubt very much that it will be because of the aforementioned severability and the leaning towards that instead of striking down an entire act, then if it is, it'll be sent back to Congress, which is currently controlled by Democrats who will protect the law. So I don't think there's really anything in the end going to happen, even though as much I'd like to see some free market solutions and some options for people instead of paying more than their mortgage paying for health insurance. I don't suspect that's going to happen. But if it does happen, we already have multiple options for people, many of which existed before Obamacare, such as what took place last year in the state of Alaska. They asked for a 1332 waiver from Obamacare and then reinstated a high-risk health insurance pool, which was the law under HIPAA in 1996. It required states to have a high-risk health insurance pool for people who were denied coverage in the individual market, so they were guaranteed coverage there. So they got a 1332 waiver year before last, and they dropped their premiums by 25% by taking the sickest people out of the pool, no longer forcing healthy people to subsidize their premiums, thereby raising healthy people's premiums exponentially, and they dropped the rates for everybody else by 25%, and I suspect this year we'll see a rate drop of close to 40% in Alaska. So there are intelligent solutions that existed before Obamacare that we could go back to, and we're ready to go with those if Obamacare is struck down. So people will not be left without coverage for pre-existing conditions, because the truth is, since 1996 HIPAA law passed, both Democrats and Republicans have fought to ensure that people with pre-existing conditions will be
No,
covered.
that's not true, because I watched Jimmy Kimmel, and he says that we want to make everyone die, and let's face it, that's part of the reason that maybe Peter Roskam isn't in Congress anymore, and that I am represented now by a 32-year-old woman who lives with her parents.
Yes, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Those are our leaders in the healthcare policy
She's
world.
28.
Yes.
But Laura Underwood is 32.
Right.
In my area. Yeah.
She's up in your area?
Yeah. I live near
Really?
Wisconsin. I'm trying to escape to Wisconsin. See, Stephen, here's the problem. Here you sound rational, reasonable. You're talking about
He's smart up until midnight helping his clients.
No, pre-existing is covered,
service.
and it's all sane and rational. But you can't argue with the tweet attention span of the American populace as represented by Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, how do we win this battle?
Well, far be it from me to argue with noted healthcare policy expert Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, please.
But we can win the argument by ensuring that we present our solutions in a clear and articulate way. The very first thing we must articulate is that since 1996, pre-existing conditions were covered, and they were covered and promoted to be covered and fought to be covered by both Republicans and Democrats. And the only reason we had any problems in only 5 states before Obamacare was because 5 states were violating HIPAA law by not maintaining a risk mitigation system for people in the individual marketplace. But 45 states were following the law, such as Illinois. We had our comprehensive health insurance plan called CHIP, and the people who were denied coverage in the individual marketplace got Blue Cross coverage even though they had cancer. I know this because I've been doing this for 23 years, long before Barack Obama was ever heard of, and I never was unable to offer someone health insurance no matter how heavy or how sick they were at the time. Now, how did I do that before Barack Obama? That is because 1996 law, HIPAA law, mandated that states have a risk mitigation system in place. So when someone came to me who were denied coverage because they were too heavy or too sick, we enrolled them in the comprehensive health insurance plan. It was our state's high-risk health insurance pool, and they were guaranteed coverage with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Now, they paid more than someone who did not have serious pre-existing conditions, but the premium they paid then is a fraction of what those people pay today.
Wow. So is there any possibility that the Democrats and Republicans will craft something new?
There is a possibility that the Democrats will craft something new, which will cost us even more money and be even less free market based because they control the House. But the reality is nothing is going to happen in the next 2 years other than government largesse increasing and our lower court appointments and other appointments being pushed through the Senate, because Republicans control the Senate, Democrats control the House. So we're going to be in an impasse for the next 2 years.
So nothing changes. So if you're, this plan, this Affordable Health Care Act, if your child is still on your parents' health insurance, they can still do that until 26?
Yes, never fear. The failure to launch clause is still fully enacted.
Because that's what helped me get out of the house. When I graduated from Iowa and I came back home, my mom said, well, you're going to have to be on COBRA. That's $300 a month. Or you're going to go out and get a job, which I always wanted to get a job. But that just was another motivating factor to leave.
And we should raise the age to 32 because my Congresswoman, Laura Underwood, should still be covered by her parents while she's in Congress. I think so. Do you agree with me, C. Stephen, that my Congresswoman, Laura Underwood, should be allowed, as part of the Illinois delegation to Congress, to go over to the Senate side and have Tammy Duckworth, perhaps, who is still like feeding her infant, feed Laura Underwood, and that giant sucking sound you hear will be, our health care premiums going up. Pardon my Ross Perot. I mean, this is ridiculous. I'm listening to a sober, sane C. Stephen Tucker, but because he doesn't have the canned audience laughter of Jimmy Kimmel, he can't win.
He's the best. So, C. Stephen Tucker, where can people get a hold of you if they want to purchase health insurance?
They can visit our website at healthinsurancementors.com. Everyone needs a mentor, especially with Obamacare.
Yes. There's your laugh track, C. Stephen Tucker. Always a pleasure having you on the show. I always learn something. You're the best in the business. Again, healthinsurancementors.com. Founder and principal, C. Stephen Tucker. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
Oh, no colds, no flu, lots of energy, just overall well-being. It's just if I stop taking it, I see the difference. I would never stop with these. I would keep them on hand always.
Well, I got more energy for sure. I don't feel the same if I don't take this every day. I think it's improved my life greatly because I was feeling real sluggish before, sluggish and tired. I had like this brain fog. It's all gone now. I've been taking this stuff and I feel like I have the energy of an 18-year-old with the looks of a 30-year-old, and I'm 50. It's crazy. This stuff is crazy. I love it.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
St. John's Northwestern Military Academy has served young men with an outstanding education and preparation for life. And now I'm sure you've heard that the same experience is available for your daughter. St. John's is an excellent co-ed environment. It's not a school for troubled kids, but one that will prepare them for college by focusing on rigorous academics and leaderships. Their goal is to prepare for cadets for success in life by instilling in them a solid work ethic and understanding of the value of integrity and teamwork and the ability to think critically, communicate well, and function in a diverse and ever-changing world. They've been around since 1884, developing young minds. And again, it's not a place for troubled kids. This is a place where leaders are created. Their alumni include heads of state, key business leaders, creator of the Beanie Baby, professional athletes, accomplished artists, statesmen, and politicians, and a variety of others who have made important contributions to a broad spectrum of society. The Academy is principally a boarding school for young men and women grades 7 through 12, but they also have an active day program for those grades as well. They have a wonderful summer program. Bruce, I trust them so much that I sent Peyton and Eli, my sons, up there for a week for summer camp, and they absolutely loved it. It was challenging. It was vigorous. It was a way to get them off the iPads and the phones.
Is your husband's name Archie?
How did you know?
It's
Archie
a family
Manning.
thing.
Yes. To learn more, to schedule a visit, check it out for yourself. Call 1-800-SJ-CADET, C-A-D-E-T, 1-800-SJ-CADET, or simply go to their website, sjnma.org. That's sjnma.org.
Hey, are you thinking about the IRS right now? Man, if the IRS is coming after you, your problem, your IRS problem is there day and night. You need help to fight the IRS. I recommend you call my very good friend, Attorney Stephen Leahy of Open Tax Resolutions. Hey, he's got a special offer going on right now. If you're not certain about your position with the IRS, he will pull your personal IRS transcripts and find out exactly where you stand for free. Find out where you stand. If you owe back taxes, if you have unfiled returns. Hey, if you're afraid of the IRS, call my friend Steve Leahy now. 312-664-6649. Steve's the host of the IRS Radio Hour, heard every Sunday at 5 right here on AM 560. He's also a really good friend of mine, and I don't know of anybody better in dealing with the IRS. Call him now. Steve Leahy, 312-664-6649. That's 312-664-6649.
AM 560, The Answer.
So, Bruce, by the way, thank you for being here.
Thank you for
Filling in
having
for
me.
Dan Proft.
So nice of you.
Did you get here at 2 a.m.?
I never take it for granted, even though this is my 4th year in a row.
Really?
Do I graduate after this year? 4 years?
No, 5.
Yeah, go into a master's program.
Yeah, half a decade. That's all
Sure.
that matters. But yeah, it's always lovely to have you. And we've
it's
got to
great
work
being
on our
here.
song. So
Yes.
we'll put that out to social media for you guys to help us decide what song we should sing on Friday at 8:35.
Christmas-oriented.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course. It's
Yeah.
got to be. And we don't really care about political correctness here on AM
We did
560,
Baby It's
The
Cold
Answer.
Outside when it was, still fashionable.
Right.
a few
And
years
now
ago.
they've changed the lyrics that were written in 1944.
Wow.
The sad world we live in. But I will tell you this. I coach girls volleyball, and we were playing Alcott or Prescott. I can't remember. And this lovely lady came up to me, just climbed up 3 flights of stairs. So she was a little out of breath. And she said, "Silent Night. You and Bruce, Silent Night. That made my Christmas."
Oh, really?
And I thought that was so sweet of her. She listens with her husband.
And then she collapsed.
No.
Oh, no, she was fine.
She was fine.
Yeah.
She was fine. But Sherry's just the things. She's like, "Silent Night."
Their last words.
Pumpkin. Yeah, so we'll work on that. Okay. But in the meantime, I have found the perfect job for you.
Thank you.
So there's this rich family from the UK. They're looking for their very own personal travel photographer. Listen to this. The person selected will join the family on a year-long voyage, which includes stops in Monaco, Maldives, New Orleans, Rio de Janeiro. They're going to go around the world. Transportation, accommodations, and food will be covered. Plus, the salary is $100,000.
Which I will have to use just for Dramamine alone. I get so
that's
nauseated on cruise ships.
Actually,
oh my God.
you would
And I don't
be-
like to take pictures, and I don't like to go places either. But other than that, it's a perfect job for me.
The
Yes.
job listing says a photographer needs at least 5 years of experience and needs to be skilled in shooting the lifestyle shoots that they're looking for.
That is me to a T.
The family will also be running extensive background checks on all
I can't
these
win
shortlisted
that. I got
applicants.
fired for keying a car.
And listen to this. The winning applicant is expected to work up to 10 hours a day. They will receive sick pay as well as vacation days.
Since I will be sick the entire trip. Yes.
Actually, you know what?
Around the world voyage?
Maybe this isn't for you. But can you, I think like Justin.
Oh, that
maybe
would be great for somebody.
Keith, somebody who doesn't have
Right.
kids. Sorry, did I
Right.
rub that in?
And enjoys the midnight buffet and will gain 100
But,
pounds on the trip.
$100,000, and then you don't have to pay for your transportation or accommodations, and you can see the world. I mean, who would working 10 hours a day, sick pay and vacation days?
And
I
doing
would-
the thing you love, which is taking pictures of one darn tourist
Family.
trap after another.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it's a
would
great.
hate
All right,
that.
well, I guess it's not for you.
I have a
but-
friend. My best
Yes?
friend would love to do that. He
Really?
He goes around the world. We're all Jewish. In
What does
our
that
little
mean?
shtetl.
What is shtetl?
So he likes to visit every synagogue in the world. There's
I visit baseball stadiums. He visits
too.
every
I'm
synagogue.
a baseball stadium guy too, but because that's a shrine to me. But if there's a baseball stadium in Hong Kong, I'll be glad to visit it. Yeah, but that would be a perfect trip for him, taking pictures. But I don't do that. No, I'm sorry. It's just not my thing.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, the Bears clinch their division, and a touchdown is scored on the field after the game. We'll explain. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Catch up with news at home and around the world. Here is the one and only Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Orland Park police are searching for two teen suspects, one of whom may be armed after a carjacking turned into a police chase that ended in Orland Park. Authorities say the carjacking began in Matson and prompted a pursuit that continued into Orland Park, coming to an end near 153rd and Hilltop Drive. According to police, one person was already taken into custody directly following the chase, but two other teens remain at large, again, one possibly armed. Former FBI Director James Comey will be returning to Capitol Hill, testifying for GOP lawmakers today. Ohio Republican Representative Jim Jordan is hoping to get some answers.
Last time 245 times he said he didn't know, couldn't remember, so we hope he answers more questions. I think I'm going to ask him about the Comey memos. He did 7 different memos back when he was meeting with the president, meeting with the chief of staff, so I'm going to ask him questions about things he wrote in there.
Republican leaders requested the closed-door testimony. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke is stepping down amid allegations of ethics violations. NBC's Hallie Jackson says Zinke would have had a tough time ahead if he didn't step down.
A House Democratic source says Zinke was facing the prospect of aggressive oversight from Democrats once they take over the House next year.
President Trump tweeting out that Zinke will be leaving the administration at the end of the year. Don't expect any big changes quickly in health care insurance coverage under the Affordable Care Act after a federal judge ruled that Obamacare is unconstitutional. Government officials say the ACA will be appealed through higher courts. 2 branches of the biggest order of Catholic priests are expected to release the names of priests accused of sexually abusing minors later today. The Midwest and Maryland branches of the Jesuits are expected to release those lists going back 60 years. One of those priests is Donald J. O'Shaughnessy, who's accused of repeatedly sexually assaulting a boy at a private Catholic school in Chicago's suburbs. Bears are NFC North champions, clinching the division with a 24-17 win over the Packers at Soldier Field. Bear linebacker Leonard Floyd says the defense accomplished a big goal.
It's a blessing, man. We've been working so hard this offseason to win the North, and today we went out and finished the drill, man, and we went out and won it.
Mitchell Trubisky tossing a pair of touchdown passes. Khalil Mack, 2.5 sacks. In the win, Bears now 10-4. 3 men are dead, another seriously hurt following a single vehicle crash in McHenry County. The president tweeting out a note of sympathy for Rod Blagojevich, the imprisoned former Illinois governor, a one-time Celebrity Apprentice contestant. The president urging his Twitter followers to watch a recent Fox News interview with Blagojevich's wife, Patty. Patty Blagojevich appeared on Fox's The Story with Martha McCallum to discuss similarities between the investigation of her husband a decade ago and that of Trump's 2017 inaugural committee spending. Chicago sports, Blackhawks scored 3 in the first, and then goalie Corey Crawford was dealt another severe concussion, and the Sharks rallied to score 5 straight in a 7-3 win at the United Center. The news is a service of Lowe's. Lowe's is closing their Portage, Indiana store, located at 6221 U.S. Highway 6. Hurry in for huge deals on appliances, tools, flooring, holiday decor, and more. This location is closing, but they're still here to serve you at nearby locations and online at Lowes.com. While supplies last, see store for details. 8:33 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager has a simple test to check moral clarity.
This is another exam that I would like to give to help determine a person's thinking. Like, do you support all-black dormitories on college campuses? Do you think Israel is the villain in the Middle East? There are some very clarifying conscience and moral compass issues.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
I'm Dan Proft.
And I'm Amy Jacobson.
And if you're a small business owner or you make the marketing or advertising decisions for a business, then listen up.
Once again, our annual Food for the Poor campaign is underway to raise money for children suffering from poverty in Haiti. We've partnered with Food for the Poor to provide food and clean water to several thousand children this year.
And here's how your business can be a part of this. Become a Food for the Poor business benefactor. Just make a $2,500 tax-deductible donation to Food for the Poor, and AM 560 will give you 40 60-second commercials to air here on AM 560 The Answer between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m. Monday through Friday at no additional cost to you.
That's the best advertising deal in all of Chicago. To take advantage of this deal, just call Anjanette Natowski at 847-472-8951. Again, that's 847-472-8951. One more time, 847-472-8951.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Chris Veldman of ServiceMaster DSI, the largest ServiceMaster franchise in the United States and a customer of Signature Bank. In our business, we respond to disaster, and we never know when disaster will strike, whether it's flooding in Louisiana or a house fire in Chicago. Not all banks understand that need for flexibility, but Signature Bank does. That's why we consider them so much more than a bank. They have been our business partner since 2006, when their three co-founders, Mick, Kevin, and Brian, started the bank. Signature Bank is a key part of our growth strategy at ServiceMaster DSI.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you could do something to protect your family with just 10 minutes effort, would you bother? If something should ever happen to you, that 10-minute effort could mean the difference between hardship and financial security for your loved ones. Life insurance is something most people don't like to think about. Too many people do nothing until it's too late. The reason? People expect it'll be a big hassle. Ethos changes all that. Ethos is modern life insurance for people who don't have the time for fine print, extra doctor's appointments, or hidden fees. Ethos is affordable. It only takes about 10 minutes to apply online, and you'll be taking the first step in ensuring your family has the help they need to maintain the life you're building for them, even if the unexpected happens. Ethos brings you choices that don't require an in-person meeting with an agent, and in most cases, there's no need for a doctor's appointment. Ethos, life insurance for the 21st century. Apply online in just 10 minutes. Get a free quote now at getethos.com. That's getethos.com. Getethos.com.
It is 8:37. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Northbound 394 traffic's at a standstill from Steger Road to 30, where traffic is forced off the roadway due to a major crash. Eden's inbound 19 minutes, Lake Cook to Maltras, but outbound 39 minutes to Lake Cook. Kennedy, 40 minutes, O'Hare to downtown takes longer in the express lane, outbound 36 minutes. Eisenhower, 50 minutes, 390 to the Circle, outbound 50. Stevenson, 54 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 42. Ryan is 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. Northbound I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the merge, Bishop 420. Northbound Tri-State delays are 95th to Ogden, Reagan Tollway to North Avenue, Adams Tollway to Toohey, and Dempster before Lake Avenue. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte from the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center on AM 560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, we're seeing colder conditions today, but plenty of sunshine. A high of 39. Currently 33. Next news coming up at 9. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Tune in Saturday afternoons at 2 for Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth.
When you've got questions, he always has an answer. It's Sean Hannity, this afternoon at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Smashing Pumpkins here.
Never give up hope. There's still hope,
Is that,
folks.
am I right?
That President Trump might commute the sentence of former Governor Rod Blagojevich.
At this point, as they were saying in the control room earlier,
What?
it would be cruel and unusual punishment not to commute the sentence of Rod Blagojevich, because Trump is teasing again and again and again that he's going to do it.
This is the third time. So he tweeted out something at 2:34 yesterday. And what was the tweet? Verbatim, Mr. Bruce Wolf.
Okay. He
No
said,
paraphrasing here. This is very
"Required
important to me.
television watching.
Required
is last
television
week's
watching.
At Martha McCallum interview with the wonderful wife of Rod Blagojevich, and the Trish Reagan interview with Jerome Corsi. If that doesn't tell you something about what has been going on in our country, capitalized country, nothing will. Very sad."
So President Trump, who's besieged by multiple investigations right now, resurrected the possibility of commuting the sentence of Governor Rod Blagojevich. I mean, for me, this is huge. The family, she went on with Martha McCallum on Friday night, and Patty Blagojevich attempted to liken a new probe into questionable spending at Trump's 2017 inauguration to what she thought were injustices in an unrelated criminal matter, namely her husband's conviction on federal corruption charges. Because remember, there was talk of money exchanging hands, but the money never exchanged hands. I
There
still
are
don't
so
understand
many
why the feds
questions.
didn't go in and wait until after
Wait till
money was exchanged.
Wait till Jesse Jackson Jr. was nailed. Recall.
312-642-5600 is our Turnkey Debt Pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Everybody knows I'm a Blagojevich sympathizer. I'm not hiding that fact. But do you think that this is really the time? Like Trump is really going to do it this time? We've got Christmas right around the corner. Nothing says Merry Christmas like a commutation of your sentence. Huh?
Really? I'm a sympathizer because Rod and I have the same hair.
Okay.
And his hair isn't getting any darker, because they don't allow him to bleach it or whatever or darken it. You shoe polish in the federal pen. But actually, Trump was hinting at something like this during the day, because he had a tweet before that. I was following him. I was tracking him yesterday about some vet that was accused of murder that he was sympathizing with. And then the Blagojevich thing came out a little bit later. And, of course, since Patty is on Trump's side because she's pandering to Trump. And
No, she would never do that.
Oh, of course not. Not Patty. And
hey, your husband's in jail. You do what you need to do. And if that means, fraternizing with a different political party, you do that.
Right.
Because 14-year sentence is excessive.
Judge Zagel
it's so
was a little bit
ridiculous.
extreme on that one. So, I think there's a great deal of sympathy for letting Rod out somewhat sooner than the 14
and
years.
they can relate because Rod Blagojevich wrongly accused President Trump. Wrongly accused. Here's Patty Blagojevich the first time she was on with Martha McCallum about 6 months ago.
Well, he was, and we are all so grateful that the president is thinking of us in this way. But it's been such a long road for us, and we've been so disappointed so many times before, by the court twice, by the president of our own party. We were disappointed by him. So it's hard to even hope that our deal might be ending soon. But, we know that President Trump is a kind man, and he's compassionate. He's always been kind to my family. He knows how important it is that my husband gets home to be a father to our daughters, that we can't help, to be hopeful.
I have a question. Patrick Fitzgerald, the federal prosecutor, had no compunction whatsoever about throwing Judith Miller, a New York Times journalist, in jail over the Scooter Libby case. But what did he do about the fact that the Tribune reporters leaked the whole thing about Blagojevich and supposedly, wrecked the investigation? He didn't have any problem with that. I wonder why. Who was doing the leaking to the Tribune? I wonder. I cast no aspersions right here.
But I think this should be the time that President Trump actually does something. Why not? You want to shake things up? You want to distract her from your Robert Mueller investigation? Right. Free Rod. Hey, guys, why don't we all wear our Free Rod T-shirts to work tomorrow? Because we do have those. There's in the Rod, there's a picture of Rod Blagojevich.
Most presidents wait until the 11th hour to do the pardons and the commutations like Clinton did with Mark Rich, of all people.
And
Trump
Obama
has already
did
done
with
it.
that FLAN protester, murderer.
Trump did it with Scooter. He commuted Scooter's sentence. So
do it now.
why
Do
not
it today. Please, President Trump. 312-642-5600 is our turnkey Pro answer line. Let's go to Jeff, who joins us from Dundee.
Amy, Bruce. Hi, Amy, Bruce.
Hi.
I hope that he does do it today. I'm a Republican, and I watched the trial, and I think what they did to him was terrible. I just don't see where there was a crime. If you remember, Fitzgerald, he instructed the jury, it's not the take, it's the ask. Well, that's a little bit of baloney. All these politicians are always asking. They need to run for office. So this is just part of the routine. And plus, it would throw the whole D.C. media off kilt. It'd be off balance. Oh my God, he's pulling another one on us. So I hope he does do it. So anyway,
thank you.
Yeah.
There is a good argument to make that it was merely horse trading, like President Eisenhower did with Earl Warren when he promised Earl Warren the Supreme Court seat.
Oh, I went to prom with that guy.
With Earl Warren?
Yeah, with
sure.
Earl Warren. Yeah.
I looked at you more as a William O. Douglas kind
Yeah,
of guy.
you know, yeah.
Not an
I could
Earl
see- I
Warren.
could see both of
or
it.
maybe a Sandra Day O'Connor. I don't know.
I don't know
I
if
don't
you
know.
swing that way, baby. Let's go to Sean, who joins us from lovely Elmwood
Sean
Park.
from Elmwood
Is it-
Park?
Wait, he's so shy. I can't believe he's on the line.
really is.
Sean, is that you? Sean?
I got to correct you a little bit here. So on one hand, we spend 90% of our day disgusted with the bald-faced and open notorious corruption and the machine, just open laughing at the citizens. What does Patty Blagojevich do now? Did either one of you know? You know what Patty Blagojevich does?
She's on Survivor. Isn't she on Survivor?
No.
No. Real estate is when she was with Tony Resco. When she was a part of the inside ball machine, which, by the way, you think she ever
was
wrote
a
a
realtor.
contract?
Do you know? Oh my gosh, I saw her
Get
signs. I live
the
in her
hell
neighborhood.
outta
You
here.
don't.
I'm a realtor. I work.
And
You think
real
Patty ever
realtors
took
pronounce
clients
it
around?
realtor, not
You
realtor.
work,
but
you
go
work in a
ahead.
cigar
Yeah.
shop.
Do you think that Patty carted clients around and made phone calls and cut deals? Or you think she extorted her political clout and power under Resco, like she does now as an insurance broker? You think she's out as an insurance broker? Which, by the way, she happens to have only the clients that her gangster father could knuckle under.
Dick
right?
Mell of the good old
And now
number
you got-
33 ward. Go ahead. Yeah.
You got all the tapes
He got voted out
of
as
Jelly
somebody.
Belly Pritzker, right? Our governor with a love handle on his head.
Oh, that's right. The tapes.
Wait, did you come
All
up with
the
the
tapes.
moniker Jelly Belly, JB? Or
I
is that,
did. That's right. You
that's
just stick
very
with me,
good.
kid. You'll go far. Okay? So before you put on your free Pookie Blagojevich T-shirts, remember what you're really running against. I know you like to be abused and you pick winners and losers, and he's not so bad. He had good hair. He was a fraud from day one. And the only reason he was ever governor is because he married Sweet Polly Purebred, or you'd never hear his name.
No, Sweet Polly Purebred is Jane Byrne. That's who she looks like. My wife always
Please.
said that. But Patty
he should have married
Blagojevich.
the other sister who looks a lot more like her father than Patty. That's what he should have done, because he's a fraud.
Wait a
and
minute.
he'd be
Thanks, Sean.
nobody but a
Thanks, Sean.
two-bit
Did not,
bookmaker.
did
That's all
not
he is.
Patty look really great in her
She looked
sentencing
beautiful.
dress?
Guys,
Yeah.
Patty, the people, they're suffering right now. I don't think we should be ripping on their looks.
Remember
That's
when Chuck
ridiculous.
Gowdy asked? Remember when Chuck Gowdy asked Patty if she was going to stick with him throughout
Oh,
his
I know,
entire
wildly
term in jail?
inappropriate. That's so ridiculous. They have conjugal visits. Yes, Justin,
Yeah.
play your Sean song.
Just want Sean from Elmwood Park to stop calling this radio show. Make my wish come true, Sean. You know that all I want for Christmas is for you to stop calling.
It's so
May he
bad.
rest in peace, and I wouldn't mind it too bad if he burned in hell.
Oh, that is great. Thank you. Give it up.
I just like that he pronounces realtor the way a real
Realtor.
realtor should pronounce it.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll have to use that again. Thanks, Justin Kosick, technical producer, singer extraordinaire. Let's go to Steve, who joins us from Huntley. Good morning, Steve.
Steve from Huntley.
Steve from Huntley.
Is that right? Is that the twin city of Brinkley?
Huntley is a suburb of
Brinkley.
Woodstock.
Yes.
Is he there? Is there something wrong?
You don't
with
know
my
how to
button?
hit the
belongs in
phones.
jail. Madigan belongs in jail.
the Clintons belong in jail. Gosh darn it, you violate the public trust, you rot in jail.
I understand that, but he's been in there for 6 years. Enough already.
That's not enough.
Oh, well, you think 14 years is enough?
I think it's too short.
How much did Otto Kerner get?
Hey, it's
He's
simple.
7.
Don't break the law. Don't violate the public trust. You don't have to worry about it.
All right.
All right.
Thanks. Drive a hard
Great.
bargain, Steve.
Fine.
Yes,
Yeah.
great listening to you guys. Keep
Thank
it up.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping by. Let's go to John, who joins us from Waukegan. John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. People forget. Patty was not prosecuted, so you could have one parent stay here with the kids. But at the time when this was an issue, they covered the front page with all the deals and the jobs she didn't show up to. She worked out with Resco. And also, Blagojevich was never prosecuted for what he did with over $4 billion of road funds, too. That's why he got some of these lousy roads. And this sentence, I want the next guy that's in government, that's thinking about corruption, to see Blagojevich serve out the end of that sentence. I think it might keep people honest for a while.
All right. Well, I think there's that's a pretty good
Sending
argument.
a message with George Ryan. And
There's
that
a
didn't
law
really
of
work
diminishing
out.
returns. I say after 6-year sentence is a lot. That could deter some criminal activity.
Or it could deter you from ever even entering politics.
Hear about the big stories of the day, then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, if you're missing teeth or even a single tooth, then dental implants are a fantastic way to regain your confidence, your smile, and your dental health. Hey, Sean Hannity here. So what are you waiting for? Find out now if implants are for you. Successful implants don't come from an implant factory. Skill, treatment, installation, those are the main differences for successful lifelong implants. That's why you need to see Dr. Neruzzi at Fox River Periodontics. Dr. Neruzzi is the recommended choice of dentists that don't do implants themselves. You need the experience, the skill, and honesty that over 25 years of dental implants brings, and you're going to be happy with your implant. It's not a mass production procedure because everyone is different. And Dr. Neruzzi wants to talk to you about dental implants today.
This is Dr. Neruzzi. I personally guarantee your happiness with your implants.
Call Fox River Periodontics at 630-232-7400. They're online at implantsforme.com.
Guys, check this out. There's a brand new technology that's going to drive your wife or girlfriend wild this Christmas. Wow. It's probably not what you're thinking. It's even better. It's called Micro Velvet, created by the PJ experts at Pajamagram. And it's found only in their Tempting Touch PJs. Tempting Touch PJs are the softest and most luxurious pajamas ever imagined because they're addictively soft. They beg to be touched. She's going to love the way they feel, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, you don't have to wrap because every Pajamagram includes free gift packaging and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. Thousands of men just like you have made their loved ones happy by giving them Tempting Touch PJs. You can too. But you need to get these amazing PJs today because they sell out fast. So here's what you do. It's easy. Go to pajamasgram.com or pajamagram.com.
Pajamas
The singular. Yes.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about Instagrannies.
Okay, that's Instagram, but
No, Instagrannies.
Instant. Oh, right. Go to
They're
Pajamagram.
women who are on Instagram, and they're hot.
One commercial at a time here, Amy. Go to pajamagram.com right now or call 1-800-GIVE-PJS. That's pajamagram.com and tell them Dan and Amy sent you.
Did you know hackers in the U.S. steal private information from smartphones and other internet-connected devices every 39 seconds? Using an unsecured Wi-Fi connection, even at home, can put all your personal and financial data at risk. Your bank details, passwords, social security numbers, your home address, and more might be at risk. Hackers will even go as far as stealing your children's identity. Download Hotspot Shield VPN right now to protect yourself and your family. Secure your login details when logging into your bank accounts or using social media and more. Hotspot Shield even protects you from millions of cyber threats and online scams. What's the privacy and security of your family worth? Get military-grade encryption on up to 5 devices for just $2.99 per month. Go to hotspotshield.com/radio now. When you see how easy it is to get military-grade encryption for all your devices, then you'll wonder why it took this long to secure your personal information. Go to hotspotshield.com/radio now to download the Hotspot Shield app. That's hotspotshield.com/radio Radio.
When you're looking for a special and creative way to thank your customers for their business or to follow up with your clients, gift it forward with KP Toffee. Your business associates deserve something different and exceptional that will be remembered. Or maybe you'd like to show your employees some appreciation for a project or job well done. And gift it forward with KP Toffee. Or just the right gourmet gift that stands out, makes an impression, and shows that you went above and beyond. Give scrumptious KP Toffee. KP Toffee is a Wisconsin-made gourmet English toffee topped with rich premium chocolate and pecans. The award-winning toffee is completely handmade with their secret recipe. The premium ingredients and carefully controlled process give it a perfectly unique crunch. KP Toffee is available in milk, dark, and white chocolate flavors, plus some amazing specialty flavors and KP Toffee Popcorn Crunch and the KP Toffee Pretzel Twist. See all the goodies KP Toffee has to offer and shop online today to make gift giving special. kptoffee.com. That's kptoffee.com.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
It's actually really been helping my system and my lupus and my gastro problems. So I'm actually very happy with the product.
Acid reflux is pretty much under control. That's why I keep taking it.
I have noticed, I'm sleeping better since I started taking the Balance of Nature and all the other things I'm doing.
I can't believe how wonderful your product is. I listened to you guys on the radio for years and years and years, and I listened to all the testimonials. I go, well, it's probably time to give it a try, and I've been just happy as could be ever since.
For a limited time, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first preferred set of fruits and veggies and have them shipped to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
AM 560, The Answer.
You know who's happy this morning?
Who?
Guess. Of all the stories we've done today, guess who's beaming, glowing from ear to ear?
On this, the 17th of December, 2018, I would say Patty Blagojevich.
No. She's only going to be happy when it happens. Charles Leno Jr.
Yeah.
She said yes.
Oh, boy. Jennifer Marie Roth, will you love to be Jennifer Marie Leno Jr.? Will you? You accept? You accept? I love you, baby.
And just in time for the holidays.
Did he hyperextend his knee when he
got down? No, he did.
Eddie Jackson hurt himself.
He did have a false
slide.
He did have a false start at the beginning of the
All
game.
marriages have a false start.
No,
They
he
have
was a little
decades.
nervous. He said he was going to propose whether they won or whether they lost, which I don't believe that. And joked around with the media that he put the Tiffany's box in his sock during the game. And everyone's like, "You did?" But he won't tell anybody where he put I think it looks like a 3-carat diamond ring. It looks very nice. And they look like a cute couple. Good luck to them.
It's not going to be as big as that Super Bowl ring he's going to win.
Super Bowl, Super Bears, Super Bowl, Super Bears, Ditka sausage. You know the whole deal. So congratulations to Chicago Bears. The Bears for winning the NFC North. First title they've had in, 8 years, you said? You're the sports guy, right?
2010. Think about that. The Affordable Care Act had just been passed.
Gosh.
Everything is done in
So
terms of
boring.
politics.
Yes. Hey, way you can help out the less fortunate this holiday season is to become a business benefactor. I know we've talked about it. We're getting so close to crossing the finish line, and we always rely on your help year after year to make this happen. Now, what this is a one-time donation, $2,500, tax deductible. All of the money goes to Food for the Poor. And as a way of saying thank you, we give you 40 one-minute commercials that air right here on AM 560 WIND.
You've only worked
The
here for
Answer.
25 years. So
The commercials, again, will run Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. It's a great way to take your business to the next level. If you've thought about becoming a business benefactor, if you've thought about advertising in Chicago radio, this is the best way to do it. There's no other deal out there. And you're all about good deals, right, Bruce? So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're going to call Anjanette. You're going to call her right now.
Right.
She'll answer any questions you have. And her number is?
Her number is 847-472-8951. That's 847-472-8951.
And ask for the Business Benefactor Program. Some of the businesses that have signed up, Joseph & Sons Mechanical Inc., Anderson Concrete Pumping, Grace Lutheran Church in Streamwood, Waterleaf Women's Clinic, Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, our good friend Garrett, Elevator, Angler's Outlet, the Viking Shop, the one in Chicago and in Barrington. That's right.
You had a long flight from California yesterday.
You know what I noticed about San Francisco? People walk around in slippers and pajamas. I've never seen anything like it.
That's a part of the Tony Bennett song.
It's so liberal and free. People walking around in
pajamas in little cable cars.
Nice people. Yeah. Thanks so much for making us part of your morning. Thanks to Justin Kosick, our technical producer, Quinn McCarthy, our associate producer, and Keith Conrad, our executive producer. And Bruce, we'll see you here tomorrow morning, bright and early.
Yes.
2 a.m. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 a.m.
I'm just sleeping here.
Okay. Now let's get into the newsroom. Here he is, the one and only Mike Scott.
Well, the Bears are kings in the North, clinching the NFC North title with a win over the Packers. 3 killed and 1 hurt in a Woodstock